All right, we checking it. Man, we good? Hold on, let me make sure we good real quick. Make sure we straight real quick. We should be straight though, right? It's playing a commercial. Okay, yeah, there it is. There it is. Okay, yeah. Everything straight. All right, so we should be good. Sound like I got my echo on. Oh, I do. I'ma leave it on. Man. Hold up. Let's get it started. Let me go ahead and get in that countdown.
OCO, freethinkers.
I broke down how they took our lands, when they took our lands. I even gave you verbatim government documents, time periods, and all. There's no excuse. And all those people that's yelling and screaming, talking about Africa this, Africa that, go there. We not stopping you. Go to Africa. Go live there. See if you can blend in. Ain't gonna be nobody standing there, welcome my brother, or you are American. It's no problem. Everything you need is here. Everything you need. Follow me. Ain't gonna be nothing like that, Slim. You gotta get in where you fit in, just like everybody else out there. You think it's gonna be a way better living in Africa? They fooled the people like that went on ahead and agreed with the American Colonization Society. They made pretend like it was gonna be a better way of living in West Africa because certain parts were not fully populated, but they were fully colonized. Oh, you gonna leave one colonized land to another one and think that's gonna be a better way of living? That's why it was less than 15,000 of them that went. Everybody else was like, kick rocks. What Negro problem?
OCO, freethinkers. You're now tuned into the realest historian on the planet.
King Kong ain't got shit on me!
Relax and take notes.
He's here to make you think.
The Africans came way later, 1900s later. I put that on screen. We were not brought over here by way of slave ships. I put that on screen. I showed you that there was no such thing as a slave ship. I put that on screen. Number one, they couldn't come straight across the Atlantic with the ocean gyres there. They would be lost to sea. Number two, you're not about to fit 100, 200, nobody on a sailboat. They can't carry that much weight on a sailboat. Don't forget that they're calling them ships, but they were boats. Wherries, rowboats, those are small. The cargo ships came in the 1850s, and the first 3 cargo ships were owned by 3 different people, and those cargo ships were not being utilized commercially. The commercial use of the cargo ships came in the late 1850s. By that time, you had what, 10, 15 years more until slavery was allegedly abolished?
You are watching a master at work.
Let him cook now! Let him cook! I said let him cook!
We have been lied to about who we are. We're not African. None of us are. They got statue after statue up of Confederate soldiers, this, Union Army, that, this museum is this. You do not have the names of your heroes that enabled slavery the way that we were told. You're not telling us the names of the people that made it seem as if you won some type of war by capturing enslaved Africans and bringing them over here. And don't get it twisted, people came, but it wasn't you. Well, me and my wife tell you in these Statue of Liberty videos, but foreigners coming.
This motherfucker don't miss.
No, he's fucking good.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He's good.
In the heat of battle, he don't miss.
No.
In the heat of controversy, he don't miss.
No.
Once people get cognizant of what's going on, then yeah, we can make some changes because their stay is a temporary stay. The reason why is because if you look at the term resident, that means that's a person in transient status. That means that person has somewhere else to go. Yeah. That's not their original land. So this is what you're calling yourself when you're saying that you're a citizen. You're saying the same thing. A citizen is a resident. Resident is a person in transient status. That means you're there temporarily. That doesn't mean that you're there permanently. People are not tied to their states. They're tied to a state. Which one is that? It's 13 districts. So who was the head of the 13 districts? The corporation. So where was the corporation established? Washington, D.C. But wait, Washington, D.C. is not a state, right? So anybody that's a citizen, that means that you're stateless. If you're stateless, that means you're not tied to any state. That means you're not tied to their constitution. The reason why is because you're tied to the city of Washington as a citizen. So you're here temporarily by their paperwork. They're literally trying to take you off of your land. That's the enemy. That's how you point them out.
This man is unstoppable.
This is the second time it was changed. I'm going to show you all something. These are the manuscripts of the Virginia Company of London. Look closely at the quote here. It says 20 and odd Negroes, okay? The West Indies. This is talking about the West Indies, where they got it from. That's where they were going back and forth.
I will not be debating Dane Calloway.
Yeah, that boy's scared. That boy's scared.
The best teacher you wished you had in school. Have your pens and paper handy and get ready to take notes. Take notes. It's Dane Calloway.
It's up.
Okay.
Set it on fire. 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 Fire.
Okay.
It's up.
Okay. Oh, we in here. We live. You know what I'm saying? We in here tonight. We in here tonight. We in here tonight. We in here tonight. Turn up real quick. Turn up real quick.
Turn up, 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 turn up. Keep spamming emojis, you flat in the chat. Hey, hey.
Turn up real quick. Who in here? We late too. We late. We late night with it. You know what I mean? Now I showed up on time, but we late night with it. You know what I mean? I showed up on time, but we late with it. I told y'all sometimes that gotta happen because of the situations. You know what I'm saying? How life be going. You know what I'm saying? Life be life. You know what I mean? I appreciate those that, you know, that are able to check this out while it's live. Those of you that are listening to this later on, I appreciate you checking this out later on. Those of you that are probably going to be watching the chopped up versions of the live stream, the chopped up versions of the live stream, I appreciate you as well. I appreciate it all tonight or early this morning, however you want to, you know, however you want to call it. We're going to have some fun regardless. I know some of y'all probably, you know, out there working at the same time. So this is going to be pretty good. A lot of people wanted me to cover some things that people are talking about on the internet because we are seeing a transition where people are not only discovering their indigenous roots here in America, but they're also, like, for example, they're also, wait, who was this? Something just happened. Who was that? Okay, Corey, I appreciate that Cash App. He said Lenape Land, Brooklyn. I was about to say Lenape Land, Brooklyn in the building. What's good? What's good? Yeah, but more and more people are speaking about their indigenous roots, and especially online. The change is happening. I told y'all this was going to happen. I told y'all. And there's still people out there that's mad about it. Like, that's what's crazy. Like, how you going to be mad at the fact that people are discovering who they are? You know, how you gonna be mad at that? Like, what? Why would you be mad at that? Why are you so mad, bruh? Why are you so mad? But those are, that is a very good sign. That's an excellent sign. Don, thank you for being a member for 35 months in a row.
Fire.
He said, keep it up. Oh, Chief, keep it up, bro. He said, oh, see yo. Keep it up, bro, but this late. Anyways, thank you for everything, Famo. May your situation ever be in your favor. Wado, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Don. Yeah, it is late. But that's about to change. I'm made some moves. That's about to change. We about to be streaming a lot earlier than this. But yeah, I can't even really get into what I want to get into as far as that part is concerned until later on. We're gonna wait. And then y'all gonna know what's going on. But yeah, I mean, just peep game. I'm busy, but and I'm doing my thing, and I'm, being a father at the same time, and it's crazy, It's crazy. But watching my children grow is a beautiful thing. Watching them become, adults coming into their adulthood, watching them do their thing, it's a beautiful thing. And I'm on top of them, I want them to have the best life possible. But yeah, and at the same time, they got that education in there. And I know, matter of fact, let me state this now. It was a few teachers that reached out saying that they would like to implement my curriculum in their curriculum inside of their schools. Now, if you don't mind, please, if you can contact, hey, Blue, what's that email again? I'm trying to I don't know about heart. What's that email again? You remember? Because I need them to contact that email for sure. I mean, they could go onto the website and click contact, but there is an email. Oh man, am I tripping? I'm trying to remember the name of the email. I mean, how the email went. Oh man, I don't have that in front of me. Hold on. Okay, all right. So Blue gonna come back to us and let us know what that email is. I apologize, y'all. I can't remember that email, but I'm definitely gonna state it as soon as I see Blue state it. I'm gonna state it, but that's the email for the teachers out there that want, part of the curriculum, or something like that. However y'all want to do it, or you want to implement it inside of the school curriculum that you're working at. I really appreciate that. I really do, especially with you, taking it upon yourself to say, hey, this is my classroom. I'm going to teach what I want to teach. I really appreciate that. That's, hey, Mean Dean, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that. And LMG Daily, thank you for becoming a member as well. I appreciate that.
Fire.
Okay, it's called, that was the email, Blue? Okay, that's fine. 13% entries. 13% entries is right there. Blue, can you spam it a couple times for me? If you can, spam it in the chat for me a couple times so they can see it. And if y'all miss it, like for example, if y'all miss it, y'all just watch it a replay, and sometimes YouTube get the faking with replaying the actual live chat. Still, you're able to go to the website, DaneMakeYouThink.com. Again, it's DaneMakeYouThink.com. If you're a teacher, okay, and you want to utilize my curriculum inside of your school curriculum, I don't have a problem with that. I really don't. I really encourage that, and I really appreciate that. But I saw a lot of the teachers are saying it in the comments. I need you guys to contact me, you know what I mean? Like directly, or, with the team. And either way, I need for you to be able to contact me, because if I respond to you, it's the comments is one thing, but doing it by email, phone call, like we could do Discord, video call. We could work some things out on, on that side where it's encrypted, I much rather do it that way. Please, if you don't mind. It's 13% entries at gmail.com. For right now, because we may even use a different email later on down the line, knowing us. But my brother and I are looking up our family right now, and I told him about your book. Absolutely, daughter of Yah. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah, the book, the very first book on the genealogy, and be on the lookout. We getting ready to push out those other books. But the very first one is like if you're getting started, for sure. That is the starter guide to, do your genealogy. You follow that front to back. You should be able to get started and gather up as much information as possible. You're going to know who your family members are. You're going to know who you are. That's what it's about. But it's about actually tracking it down. That's all it is. It's about tracking it down. What about homeschooling? Now we're working on something with that because a lot of people did ask about the homeschooling stuff. I did see that. So we're right now I'm making a transition in my life with like something major that happened in my life. And once that's settled, I'm gonna get back to that. I am gonna get back to that and do the things that I said I was gonna do to make you, the parents out there that are looking for that curriculum to be, you'll be well versed on that. And you'll be able to reach that and utilize that, and teach that to your own children. It may even be classes. We'll see. But if I do classes, it'll probably be pre-recorded classes, and we'll do that online, like on a website. Like it depends, but we'll see. Don't hold me on that, but that could be the case, but we'll see. I'm not trying to make, a promise that I can't keep. Let's just say that that's a possibility that I'll do it that way. But regardless, you still gonna be able to get the curriculum. That's the most important thing. Mystic Drips, OCO fam, OCO. How you? Wait, what happened to the Dems and Republican? They got it. They got it. When they asked me for that, they got it. I don't know what they're gonna do with it. But keep in mind, I'm not the only one that they asked. And remember I told you back then that it was up to the states. He gave the power back to the states. So it's mainly up to them, if they want to utilize it or not. I did my part though. You know what I mean? I got it in there. You know what I mean? OCO. All right, let's get into this right now. So a few of these I'm going to go over. Now, of course, I'm going to be pausing and giving my take on certain things. A lot of these videos are getting ready to play. I do not know where these people are coming from. I can only tell by the way it's titled, but I haven't seen it. So I got to give my disclaimer. Just because I'm playing these videos, does not mean, okay, that I agree with everything that they are saying. No matter which video it is, it doesn't matter. Just because I'm playing it doesn't mean that I agree with it, 100% all the way, their take, whatever. But it's good, the conversation has started, and it's been started actually, but now it's going to the route where it's even more popular online. And that's what I wanted. I really wanted that to happen so change could happen. That's the next thing I want. I really want our people to hurry up so we can get to that next step. But our people got to know who they are. And that is the most important one. I swear to God, Tracy, if you ask me that question one more time, one of these moderators are going to kick you out my chat. I'm not about to switch the topics and talk about that right now. Stop spamming that. Thank you. All right, let me see. That's how you know it's live. I will call you out. All right, let me see here. All right, so the first one I'm going to get into, a lot of people sent me this. Shout out to those of you that are in the 13%. Blue had it too, and I forgot the other gentleman's name. And then there was another guy on Instagram that sent me this one because I just looked at my Instagram and here he go. He sent me the same video. So anyway, the video is of a British guy. Hold on, let me take this down so y'all can see it. a British guy was talking about who are the real Indians of America. And I'm getting ready to play that now. Again, I haven't seen it, but let me see what he say. Again, that doesn't mean that I agree with everything they're saying. Okay, so let's see.
You know what? I wasn't even gonna answer. Shows out to my Switzerland ancestry. See, I'm always showing what I am. Of the copper-toed skin, original people of the Queen Europa's land that came from the Americas. All right. See, you don't want us teaching truth over here. You want to have your little African,
whoa, hold up. Whoa. Hold up. He started off, hey. Hold on, let's go back. The way he started off, though. Hold up.
You know what? I wasn't even going to answer. Shows out to my Switzerland ancestry. See, I'm always showing what I am. Of the copper-toed skin, original people of the Queen Europa's land that came from the Americas. All right. So you don't want us teaching truth over here. You want to have your little African, booty scratching self tie all the way up into our European history on our continent and Asia and all of these other places we built before these people even came. Now we're going to stop that now. So as you guys can see, this person here says you're mocking pretenders. First of all, the so-called Black Americans or American Indians. This has been proven by genealogy. Number 2, by DNA, which is DEA. But you know what? That's a conversation for another day. All right, let's go even deeper.
Yeah, hey, you little, hey, y'all in trouble now. You let this stretch over to the UK? You in trouble now. You in trouble.
Okay. Why is it every single time that the so-called, you call them Black Americans, do the so-called family tree, why do they always go back to the Americas and not one African slave is found in that tree?
Talk to these niggas. Hold on. Stop. Bruh. Hold on. I ain't know it was going to start off like this, bruh.
Fire.
I ain't know he was going to start off like this, bruh. Hold up, bruh. Slow it down. We got to back that up. Listen, hey, talk to these, hey, go ahead, cuz.
But you know what? That's a conversation for another day.
Oh, man.
All right, let's go even deeper. Okay? Why is it every single time that the so-called, you call them Black Americans, do the so-called family tree, why do they always go back to the Americas and not one African slave is found in that tree? Not one. But then the Native Americans only have genealogical records till 1850 onward.
Woo, hey!
So you said they came through the Bering Strait,
No. Fact! God damn it! Fact! I've been pointing that out for years! Are you kidding me? They only go back. Hold on. Calm down. It's late. Hey, he got me. I'm glad I started off with this video. Because they go back to the 1850s only. They don't go any further back. They don't go any further back than that. That's it. All they could do is go back to the 1850s. I showed you that. Why am I yelling? Because I get excited. Just like you would if you get excited. I dare you to get on a roller coaster and come down and not scream. I dare you. Matter of fact, I give you some money if you record yourself on a roller coaster. No. Don't back up now. No. Get on a roller coaster and I dare you to record yourself not yelling the whole ride. I dare you. When I get excited, I'm yelling. I'm indigenous to this land. The Niji get excited, they yelling. Don't act like you don't be yelling. Now, if you over 60, I understand. Turn me down. Let's go.
I grew up in Anchorage, Alaska. And if you think I'm talking bollocks, man, look at that right there. What does that say right there? Alaskan. Right on this hat right here. That's Alaskan right there, right? Okay. Where can you buy this at? Well, this is hard to get outside Alaska. I can tell you that right now. They don't have too many hats like that no more. So you can only buy that at Walmart in Anchorage, Alaska. That's the only place you can get hats like that customly made. All right. So that's where I grew up at. And I can tell you right now, there's melanated people of copper tone skin that live in Anchorage, Alaska as well, who've been there for generations before them Siberian, Mongolian migrants immigrated to the Americas. They were brought over during the Spanish Crown. That's why I like being in the Philippines. This conversation could go so deep. But you know what? I'm not going to go there right now. All right? Because I'm going to tell you some of these people here that are modern day Filipinos to that so-called Native American stuff as well. Because they're tied into that as well. And these are the lies that people perpetuate in these countries. All right? Those people that you see of copper toned skin in the Americas, even in Alaska, right? The melanated ones, they were already there. These people didn't come from Africa.
Stop. Hey, what's this guy's name, y'all? What's this guy's name? Let me shout him out. What's his name? Who is this? Who is this? He going in. He going in. He got to get the shout out, man. But shout out to this brother.
It's up.
I'm talking about what? Hey, we only 2 minutes in. If y'all say his name, let me know. I'm gonna look in the chat.
You know what I'm saying? Why can't they find one slave in their tree?
Oh, that's his name? Alaskan Whiskey. That's his name? All right, shout out to Alaskan Whiskey. Shout out to this brother.
Fire.
Yeah, he cooking. Hey, go ahead.
Even in Alaska, right?
Go ahead.
The melanated ones, they were already there. These people didn't come from Africa. You know what I'm saying? Why can't they find one slave in their tree? You're still not answering this question. So how are they pretendians?
Thank you.
Native Americans are pretendians. People that come from here, the modern day Filipino, are pretendians. People that came from Japan there, because they came to Mexico too, the pretendians. And they don't even come from these nations. Oh, don't get me started. Don't get me started. I'm telling you, I'll go in on people here too. If you watching, you want the smoke, by all means, come ahead and comment. That's why you guys are so quiet.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want that smoke.
Hey, give him the 13% link. Give him the, give him the 13% link. Yeah, give him the 13% link. All right.
I got your documents. You don't want that smoke. Your time is up. You little sellout Africans, your time is up. You little sellout American Indians, your time is up. You little sellout Aborigines of Europe, your time is up. You little white people sellouts, your time is up. You little wannabe Spanish, your time is up. You little fake Arabs, your time is up. Your time is up for all of y'all. All right, these people are the ancient ones of the land because the Americas is the oldest landmass on this planet that cannot be argued.
This is what I'm talking about. Hey, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about.
Africa came much later, man.
Woo!
You people weren't even around yet. Check your
Oh!
maps in 1500.
Ooh!
You didn't even have no more than 5 million on your whole continent.
Hey, talk to these niggas. Hey, shit. Hey, I swear to God, bruh. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Right there, bruh. Right there. That's it. I've been saying this shit for years, and you got a brother in the UK going in. Come on, bruh.
They weren't even around yet. Check your maps in 1500. You didn't even have no more than 5 million on your whole continent.
Big facts.
And West Africa had jungle. And then outside West Africa was all desert in 1500.
Woo.
So how do we come from Africa? Exactly.
They ain't ready.
Close your mouth.
They ain't ready, bruh.
You can't speak on a subject you don't know because your people weren't in existence yet. Just like the modern day Filipino. You love to get in our business. You weren't even in existence yet here. You came 200, you came 200 years ago. 250, 250. I'm just giving you breadcrumbs at that point. You came 250 years ago here. Through Spanish colonization. And then have the audacity to that like you know what you're talking about. I'm calling them out too. I'm calling all of y'all out. You better come with some receipts when you talking about our people. If you don't know what you're talking about, if you ain't got no family tree documents to back what you're saying, I advise you to keep your mouth shut.
Don't say nothing. This isn't the
time to start talking.
If you don't know your grandparents, your great grandparents, your second time great grandparents, your third time great grandparents, your fourth time great grandparents, you don't know what you talking about. You don't know. You ain't traced one ancestor back to Africa. You can't call one family member back in Africa. What are you talking about, DNA? What are you talking about? You can't do it right now. And look, DNA is based on living people, not dead. Don't forget that. They are not digging up people's graves and going to the bones and swapping the bones. Are they? No, they're not. They're comparing your data with other living people. Stop playing.
Because we're hitting people on the head, not with fists, but with knowledge. We're tired of your lies. Of all of you. Especially comments like that. He's mocking pretend. I'm mocking you over in Africa. I'm mocking people like you here in Manila. I'm mocking people like you in Osaka. I'm mocking people like you in Dubai. Because you're the fakers. You're the fakers. You're the pretendians.
Yeah, DNA can't tell them. DNA can't tell them their historical genetic makeup. If they're taking your data and comparing it with other living people, in which they are, it's not if. It's not a game of if. They are. They tell you that directly. They cannot tell you your historical genetic makeup. In other words, if your grandparents are dead, right? Your great-grandparents are dead, right? Great-great-grandparents are dead. They can't do a genealogy DNA test to go further back. When each generation is multiplied by 4, right now you got 2 grandmothers and 2 grandfathers. And every time you go back, listen, look, every time you go back, you got to count it 4. It every time is multiplied by 4, every time. You didn't have one great grandmother and that was it. How is that possible when you have a mother and a father? And your mother has a mother and father, and your father has a mother and father. You see what I'm saying? It's always multiplied by what? 4. Each time you go back, it never fails. That will be impossible for a genealogy DNA test to tell you your genetic story. That's impossible, especially when they're comparing it with other living people. In fact, that's what they tell you, right? But they never show you that. You don't know if they're comparing your DNA sample with animals. You don't know if they're comparing your DNA sample, listen, insects. Look, if they're comparing your data with something else, I dare you to ask them what that something else is. Like, that has to be proven. Keep in mind, it's just like you going to go vote for the next president or the next politician. It's not transparent. By the time you cast in your vote, you don't know who's counting it. You don't even know if it was counted. Do you? You don't know the process. You haven't seen it. Keep in mind, the news media shows you the alleged results on screen. They telling you that they're getting their information from another news source, Associated Press. So in other words, they're getting it by word of mouth via telephone. And why can't they just sit a camera inside of their facility that allegedly that exists that counts these votes, or that facility that compares your DNA with other living people? It's not transparent. That's very important. Can't no Pan Goofy debunk that. It's beyond a fact. This is what it is. That has not changed since the 1980s when they started it. Genealogy DNA testing. The same year that they started the internet. It get deep, don't it? But it ain't that hard. The school was there to stop you from critically thinking. It's time for you to return that attribute that you naturally have back to you. I don't know what his video is called. What I have right here on the screen is not basically titled the same way as it was online or when it was sent to me. I don't know what the original was called. But they said that his name on TikTok, y'all, is Alaskan Whiskey. Yeah. Yeah, Umar said that he would not be debating Dane Calloway. That's what, y'all know.
I will not be debating Dane Calloway.
Did anybody ask him why? Did anybody ask him why? Look, plenty of people did. He never gave an answer. It's for a reason. Just like he ain't gonna ever open up a school, he ain't gonna ever debate me. Not on a professional level. He'll do the slander. We're gonna get into him later, but he'll do the slandering stuff online. That's the easiest thing he could do. We're gonna come back to him later.
You're the never worse. That's just the way it is. And you will never change anything I'm teaching. Right? To those of you telling truth, I'm not talking to you directly. All right? I don't care what your color is. The point is, these people know who they are. And they know what they're saying. Right there. That comment. That trash. Right? Like I said, Native Americans came in 1850. End of discussion. We're going to end it there. They came in 1850. They came in 1850.
That's
Guess
true.
what? Spanish colonization was going on at that time still. They came in 1850. And what did they do in the Americas? They labeled them all Aboriginal or American Indians. Indians in 1850. Across Canada down to Argentina. And then here, they stopped in 1821 in the Philippines. Shouts out to Dre the Chosen One for putting me on that knowledge. All right, because I didn't know in the Philippines they stopped in 1821 labeling these people that. The ones who came later. They tried the destiny swap. Didn't work.
I gotta make a small correction. When they came in the 1850s, they weren't called American Indians then. They were called Native Americans then. They borrowed the name or the term Native American from the Native American Party. The term American Indian pre-exists 1850. Okay? But they eventually wanted our people to believe that the Native Americans are the original American Indians, and that was never proven. That was never proven. But I know what he's saying. I know where he's coming from, but it's very important to put the correct terminology there, because 1850, that's the Native Americans. That wasn't the American Indians. The American Indians predates the United States government. Predates 1776. Okay? Like, that's in documents. They even have it in their War Department records, in which I showed. Continental Congress, in which I showed. They called us multiple different types of Indians. Ameri Indians, urban Indians, Negro Indians. Eventually, it was American Indians. But and wild Indians. It was a whole bunch of terms, but it was always Indian. Okay? It was always Indian. But yeah, in 1850 was the Native American. Okay? That's the only correction. That's the only correction. Everything else, he's right and exact this entire time. Everything else. And for real, I know where he was coming from. He was still right and exact at his point, but it was just the terminology. That's it. It was just the terminology. That's it. He's, yeah. Yeah. He need to be in, yeah. Come on. Tell him, hey, somebody get in contact with him and tell him pull up. He good to go.
I'll go ahead and get out of here. I'll go ahead and get out of there. They just leave. They weren't stupid. That's what I'm telling you. All right, we're gonna go ahead and close this out, man. I'll talk to you guys later. I'm done talking. Get this.
Now you know what's crazy?
God has spoken.
Okay, wait. Was it one more? Hold on, let me see. I think it was one more from him. All right, hold on. Here we go. I think it was. Hold on. Let me go back to that. And I'm going to play that. Now, I think this is the one where he was explaining how the indigenous people of America discovered Europe. So I'm going to play that one now.
Hey, shouts out to you. I see you. Welcome to the page of Heirs of Great Britain. As you can guys see right here, I do have an Irish flag in the back.
Notice I said OCO. And y'all can pull up. Listen, y'all. Listen to what he just said. Listen to what I just said. I say OCO. And then I told y'all that that's another way of saying I see you. That is the greeting. I see you. Listen, even with his accent. Watch this. Listen closely.
Hey, shouts out to you. I see you. Welcome to the page.
Okay? Okay? When some of y'all answer the phone, you say, yo, you just doing a shorter version. Certain people will say CO. They might not say OCO. CO. I see you. That is from the Algonquin language. Now, some people are going to say that that's Cherokee. Some people are going to say that that's Kituwa. No, that's the Algonquin language. The Algonquin language was the mother language of this landmass. Listen to me. The Algonquin language is the mother language of this landmass. They took from 20, the way they created the English language is that they took 28 different native tongues of the Algonquin language. That's documented. That's documented. They didn't get it from Europe. They didn't get it from anywhere else that you could think of. They told you. And who is they, Dane? Now listen to me. I didn't gave this source multiple times, but it was Noah Webster. And this can be verified by the Noah Webster Foundation because they said Noah Webster said it. So that is the direct source. Noah Webster is the author of the what? The American Dictionary of the English Language. And if you go back on my documentaries, I broke down where it came from. Why do they need to lie? They told you where English came from, and they did not mention England not one time. And I told you because it wasn't called England. It was England. It was the land of the Angles. That's a tribe. Not the Anglo-Saxons. The Saxons came with them later. We're talking about original now. You'll see.
Here's a Great Britain, as you can
Watch.
guys see right here. I do have an Irish flag in the background now.
This is the reason why you see a lot of people will say that they have a lot of British in their family bloodline. And some people will also say that a lot of the Europeans or the people of that landmass, I don't like to use the term European because that's a European, but of Eurasia, of that landmass, is from here. The reason why is because we did a lot of trading amongst each other. That was one of our trade lines. This is the reason why you see a lot of similarities that still exist out there now. They gave us our props. You would see it within their artistry. You would see it within not only their tobacco stores. This is all over their buildings. This is all in their paintings. This is all in what you would call ancient artifacts that are in Eurasia. They showed you it was us. A lot of the, matter of fact, I'm about to show y'all something. Matter of fact, yeah, let me play this because I'm going to show y'all something. I'm going to come right back to that, what I just said. I'm about to come right back to that. I'm not going to forget. I promise. Watch. I'm going to show y'all something.
My ancestors came from Ireland, Scotland, and Britain, and they actually were deported during Jacobite Rebellion. So this guy is a living example. That's why I waited a few hours before I answer when everybody else is like, oh, I didn't know there were, Aborigines still in the British Isles. Yes, we still live in the British Isles, I grew up in the United States when my ancestors and my grandparents already knew better. They came from the British Isles. All right? During this time, there were some of us from the British Isles that were deported during the Jacobite Rebellion. Those are the people like himself, if he is from the British Isles, I'm talking about born, bred, and ancestors from there, like myself, then guess what that means, That means that proves what I've been seeing. And I don't need to see this video to prove that, but because a lot of y'all have sent me this one in my DMs. I do appreciate y'all. I didn't respond because I've been talking about how we have so-called copper-colored or brown-skinned people, in Scotland. I've been saying that. I even showed you statistics on my page. If you go back far enough, you're going to see how many numbers, that are there. Of how many of us are in Ireland, Scotland, Britain, Germany, right?
Yes, especially Germans. Especially, hold on. I'm glad he said that, especially German. Now this is going to be something that some of y'all not going to like, okay? This the reason why a lot of y'all that know Top Cats, y'all was giving him a lot of flack, and I was telling y'all that Top Cats was right. Some of y'all was mad, but I knew Top Cats was right. I already did my research, and I told you. He just told you a different way. And he was telling you directly at the same time, just like I was. This is the reason why you would see that you have Europe. It's not because you have white in your bloodline. It's because your ancestors moved. That's it. Your ancestors moved back and forth. Now think about it, and I'm going to drop a bomb right here. I'm about to tell y'all something. There's a segment that I'm going to put out, and I'm going to give you a heads up. I need y'all to, remember these pictures that I was showing y'all? And it was real pictures, not AI. I was showing y'all real pictures of, let me use the term Niji, who were inside of the KKK. Remember that? Remember how they told you that the KKK was against our people, right? But our people was in the KKK. I need y'all to hear me. Pay attention. Listen, the reason why I was showing y'all that and telling y'all that was because it's true. Because who started the KKK? Was it the British? Was it the Irish? Talk! Look, talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Look. I swear to, look, calm down, Dane. Hold up. Who started the KKK? Who started it? I'm looking at the chat. Tell me who started the KKK. No. The Democrats brought them out. The Democrats promoted them in order for, listen, y'all, listen. No. Listen, not politically. I'm talking about what group of people, not a political party. Listen to me. What group of, yes, the Puritans. That's very good. That's a very good answer, Rex. Very good answer. Very good answer, Rex. Very good answer. Okay? That's their religious practice. That is their religious practice. Very good, Rex. Very good. Okay. Okay, and the what? And okay, somebody said in Italian. So y'all said no, hold up. No, not the French. No, hold up. Y'all said the Irish, y'all said the Scottish. I seen a lot of people said Quakers. They were in there too. But yes, the Protestants was in there dominating. Yes. But you got to understand. Okay, let me explain. The people that they're claiming, oh man, come on, YouTube. I hope that YouTube don't try to do something right now. Because I want to explain something. The Illuminati is real. It's just not, listen to what I just said. The Illuminati is real. Is real. Listen to what I just said. The Illuminati is real. Listen to what I just said. I'm going to say it. I got to do it that way so y'all can hear it a couple times. There's an underlying message. It is real. In other words, they are a group of people. They are the illuminated ones. Now, who are they? Those are the people that were against the Catholics. Notice that when I told y'all who are the real, and I saw a lot of y'all asking, Dane, you never put out a segment on who the Native Americans are. Yes, the hell I did, and I got in trouble for it. As soon as I put that out, then randomly, a group of them tried to sue me. Randomly, as soon as I put out part 1 and part 2. That happened right after that. Right after that. Because I told the truth. I told y'all that the Native American Party stood against the Catholics. And who was that? That was the illuminated ones. Who are they? And those are the same people that got involved in the KKK. No, the Jesuits was with the Catholics. They was hand in hand. Come on, let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. Right, yes, the Native American Party was the Know-Nothings, the third largest political party during the time period of the Federalists and the Whigs. Now I'm making sure that I repeat it the exact same way so you won't ever forget that. The Native American Party was the third largest political party in America during the time period of the Federalists and the Whigs. I look at my videos. I showed you this. I'm not playing. They were against the Catholics. It's always a Protestant. Let me be careful right here. The entire government is being controlled by the Protestants. Listen, y'all. Listen, they being controlled. They going off the Puritan way of life. I showed you that. I gave you the quote. You would think that it's going back to the Catholics because you think Catholic Pope, the Vatican, they working hand in hand. They the same people. They the same people. I'm trying to tell you that this is their history though. So if you look at their history, you're going to see who your enemy is. It's not hard. It's really not. They actually got it right in front of you. They really do. Like, they're not hiding nothing. It's really in front of you. They're not hiding nothing. Like, when they say the Illuminati is hiding, no, they're not. No, they're not. And they're just not the fraternities and sororities. In fact, the fraternities and sororities that you guys are familiar with, I'm sure some of you may have heard of Boule, Sigma Pi Phi, and you got all these Greek letter fraternities. Greek letter, Greek letter. Fraternities, Greek. Rome. England. Wait a minute. German. Dramatic. Drama. It was dramatic. Hold up. Yeah, I got to talk in code. Got to. Because they're going, you know how they be doing. And y'all saw how they did me multiple times. Y'all know. Yeah, the Danes are the people of the Newark. No, Newmark. No, Denmark. From Denmark. Yeah, but Germans at the top. Germans was number one on that side. Germans at the top. Okay? Yeah, I said Denmark. I suppose, yeah, I fixed that up. At my mind, you know how my mind goes sometimes. Yes, the Dutch, yes. And that's why the Dutch kept giving us props, didn't they? I showed you that. And the Dutch watched my stuff. They the ones that corrected me and said that we pronouncing it wrong. It's douche. It's douche. And they authentic. I seen them. Video call. Shout out to the douche. That's German. Yes, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, they not playing. So when I see another brother in the UK that's not playing, yeah, tell him I said come through. Tell him pull up.
Ancestry also. Italian, of copper skin, right? Switzerland, all of those places. We've all been lied to. I keep saying that. That's the whole point. This is not color coordinated. A lot of you guys come out the woodwork, oh, this is color coordinated. It's not color coordinated. You were taught lies that you come from those lands. And we, in this comment here, we come from those lands. Those are lands that we originate on.
America is the motherland. I told you this is Big Mama. I told you that. See, everybody got hooked onto Pangea because of the Hebrew Israelite stuff. And remember when I told y'all that the Hebrew Israelites were the closest? A lot of people, a lot of content creators don't like me when I say that. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. I was the only one that is not religious. And I told y'all that the Hebrew Israelites were the closest because they knew what they were doing. They knew what they were saying. But they had the Hebrew Israelites got different terms when they're using the Bible. But they are talking about the people of this landmass. They are right. They are correct. They are. I'm going to tell you that. They are. Because when you pull up their research, if you go beyond America, you have to go beyond America because it's going to go right back to America. You're going to actually see the whole picture. You're going to see that this is grandma for a reason. You're going to see that. It ain't Africa. Africa ain't big enough. Africa ain't nowhere near the same size as North America, Central America, and America. It ain't nowhere near the same size as Atlantis. Ain't nowhere near. Atlantis, the land of the, Atlantis, Atlas, the land of the mountains. That's what that means. It wasn't up underwater. It wasn't up underwater. It was never up underwater. They lied to y'all. They lied. They lied to y'all. They sure did. That's why I want y'all to stop clinging on to them Deuteronomy curses. Hold on, let me talk for a second, y'all. Hold up. Stop attaching yourselves to them Deuteronomy curses. That's your enemy that did that. Your enemy did that. That wasn't God. Your enemy did that. Stop that. That's not you. You are not cursed. No, you are not. You are the chosen people. If you claim that you Hebrew, you need to stop doing that. You are not tied to those curses. If you know who your enemy is for real, you would know better. You won't do that. That's not debatable. You're doing your ancestors a disservice. This is our land. Get it correct. You don't got to run to Israel when it is real over here. We ain't talking about lands that man made. We talking about lands the creator made here, right here. You better put some respect on her name.
So you should be the helpmates telling the truth rather than being the so-called prisoners of prisoners that was, brought to these countries to serve us at that time. And then we gave you another chance and then you turned against us. Oh yeah, they don't want to talk about that. Every single royal that you think about was of copper-toned skin, even in Scotland. Right? You want me to go ahead? I'm going to start dropping all of them again on my page again. I'm going to recycle.
Hold on, I got to go back a little bit. Hold on, because hold on, let me go back a little bit.
And we, in this comment here, we come from those lands. Those are lands that we originate on. So you should be the helpmates telling the truth rather than being the so-called prisoners of prisoners that was, brought to these countries to serve us at that time. And then we gave you another chance and then you turned against us. Oh yeah, they don't want to talk about that. Every single royal that you think about was of copper-toned skin, even in Scotland. Right? You want me to go ahead? I'm going to start dropping all of them again on my page again. I'm going to recycle.
Didn't I tell y'all that we was in every war? This brother, no. Hey, this brother fire. I told y'all that we was in every war. It wasn't enough of them. If it wasn't for us, it would be no them. There wasn't enough of them. They were not over here in large mass. I told you that. I showed you that. I went over the census. When I went over the census and told you what it was. Listen, I told you who they were counting. I told you they could not come to every landmass. They would get their tails cooked. We are warriors, goddammit. You think we just gonna sit back and let them walk? Yeah, come on in, y'all. It's okay. We not gonna fight. You are out of your mind when our brothers and sisters are fighting over streets right now that we don't own. We are territorial. We are territorial. We are warriors. Listen, didn't they call this Indian territory? Stop playing with me. And I'm just taking it light. I showed you Jerusalem in Virginia on camera. Didn't I? On camera. Not no, oh, here's some paperwork only. I showed you on camera. Look, you can't take that from me. Talk. I seen it. I was there. I felt it. Yeah, and that's old. Yes, back in 2017. That's old videos. Been seen it. We ain't finished with Grand Canyon yet. I'm not really trying to talk about Grand Canyon right now, but y'all see us, the ones that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to go there just yet, y'all. I heard them talk about, I know, y'all, not yet. We ain't finished. We know what's up, though. You know what I'm saying? We know what they hiding. Come on, y'all. We know what they hiding. You done heard it from all of us. We know what they hiding. We know what they hiding. Because they scared. That's why. They scared. They scared, bruh. Every time we go over Grand Canyon, every time, do you know now, man? No, bruh. Let's talk about Grand Canyon later. We ain't finished. Because they going ham. They taking you further away. I already told y'all that. They don't want you to know what's going on. But you know what's going on. You feel it in your spirit. You know better. Your ancestors telling you. They say, let your conscience be your guide. But how are you going to listen to your conscience if you ain't conscious enough to know who you listening to on the other side? If you can be easily manipulated by a complete stranger today, are you trustworthy for yourself to trust that person on the other side that you're listening to? You got to make sure that ain't your enemy. There's only one way for you to find that out. It ain't hard. That's right. You got to know yourself. When you do universal laws, they mean that in every step of the way. Universally, this is known. You got to become one with yourself. You're trusted, Dane. I appreciate that, James. I appreciate that. But I tell people all the time, don't believe me. Write it down, look it up. And what I say right behind it, I dare you. And I've been saying this for years, and look at it now. Look at it now. I'm so glad that this is happening. Y'all just don't understand. This is amazing that this is happening. I thought it was going to be later. I ain't know it was going to be this fast. Now I'm like, shit, hurry up. Like, please. We got shit to do.
Over and over till you guys get used to knowing that we are the original heirs of the throne and the British Isles and all throughout Europe. All right, that's not including Australia as well and other nations out here. All right, the Americas everywhere on the planet. We're still around the world as Aborigines, you know. So you need to realize that.
Listen. Oh, you think just that's it? You think just is this the Europeans over here? That's it? What you think? We ain't branch out? If they was here, we were there. Talking about before those pale faces. His name is Alaskan Whiskey, and I believe that's on TikTok, y'all. Y'all got to. I don't know if y'all told me that. Is he on TikTok? I think this is TikTok though, if I'm not mistaken. But his name is Alaskan Whiskey.
All right.
Yep.
This isn't fabrication. I have my family tree to prove this. Right? People have always told me I didn't come from the United States. Even though I know we left the United States long ago to go to the British Isles. That's another thing. If you're watching this, brother, do not believe the concept that your ancestors, if you are born and bred, I'm talking originally from Scotland or the British Isles or any part of Europe, do not believe that you came from Africa, because you didn't. A lot of the migration came from the Americas. All right, we've proven that on these channels. All right, so we've proven that already. All right, and then from there, other countries of the world. All right, and then we built up those societies.
Thank
as
you.
Aborigines. Right?
Thank
I'm currently
you.
in Manila, Philippines.
They copied us. I told you that.
Right, and some of the other tribes, they are connected to the so-called Black American, which is the American Indian. Right, the Aborigine of the lands. So that's the lies they have perpetuated. Oh, yeah, they came from Africa all the way up into Europe. No, they came from America, the American discovery of Europe. That's the truth. Right? And I've covered this many times on my channel. So it's good to see, if you are Aboriginal Scotsman, it's good to see you, man. Right? And we need to start getting these pages and start having them share the truth of the region they're in. Oh, a lot of people ain't going to be happy to see this guy. Because these
absolutely
are guys
not.
They've been hiding. Guys like this, they've been hiding.
They not.
Guys
and
like
I'm not gonna lie.
hiding.
I'm glad that we got haters now. I'm glad. At first I was like, damn, man, I'm mad that we got haters. I know we doing something right, but I actually wanted to see more. And now that I see more, I'm glad that we got haters. I'm like, fuck, man, listen. Like, y'all, I know a lot of y'all out there that be doing content be responding to them haters. Like some of them, yeah, but not really. Like for what? Like let them be mad. Let them be mad. They'll get over it. I'm gonna tell you right now. I done seen people cuss me out and they return and apologize to me and tell me, Dane, I'm sorry. I used to be against you for years. Man, I finally decided to do my research on my family and you was right and exact. I apologize, Dane. This happened all the time. It happened all the time. And you know what I say? I told you so. I told you. What'd I say? What'd I say? It won't ever fail. It won't ever fail. It's like damn near guaranteed. I'm not going to say guaranteed because some of y'all probably not from here. You got to do your research. But it's damn near a guarantee.
Even though I grew up in the United States, right? But they've been hiding people like us. Now we're coming to the forefront, telling them what we truly are. I'm not no African. I didn't come from Africa. I didn't migrate. My ancestors didn't migrate to the British Isles. They were already in the British Isles. In fact, Kenneth the Niger McAlpin, right? The Niger means the black, right? That's what it means literally in Old English. It means the black. So what do you mean? That's one of my oldest ancestors. Kenneth the Niger McAlpin, right? Van Dub was the first one. Okay, dub means black in Old English. My ancestors, some of them come from Ireland. Right, in Northern Ireland as well. Or, yeah, Northern Ireland, I think, and also Northern Scotland as well, too. Right? So that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. But you want to forget about that, though. And then the best part is, what does Dublin mean? Dub and black. It means black. All right? That's Old English. So guess what that means? Dublin, city of blacks. Yeah, you guys were definitely called Dublin people. No, you were never called Dublin people. And Van Dub was a man of color. He was copper color, copper tone skin. We don't do black over here. Black means dead and living, right? And the black.
But if you listen to him closely, like if I know he probably didn't even see it this way neither. Doubling in people. Doubling in people. Doubling in people. Doubling in people. That's what's happening to us. They can't stop us. Okay? Our families are the biggest. We are the biggest families out here, more so than anybody. More so than anybody. We are the majority of the people. We have been the majority of the people for a long time. Don't let them lie to you about that. We've been doubling for a long time.
Old Dictionary, 16th edition. Right? You got to really dig into the stuff and know what black truly means. I just use it for historical context, but then I use swarthy, which means in Old English and Old Black. So that's all I use. And you hear that many times throughout history. I don't know if they know this in Scotland, at least what they teach to him, but a lot of the textbooks that we put on these pages, teaches the truth. And it shows you swarthy multiple times. And we even have the portraits of the royals. They're not white people. Now, we don't say that to be like, we don't like white people. We say that they're liars. And they planted the white people in the roles that you should be in.
Look, I was showing y'all that was the History Channel showing their Asian communities that Christopher Columbus was black. All of their Asian channels was getting shown that Christopher Columbus was black. And they just kept it pushing. Like it was nothing. Like it was known to them. And I showed y'all that.
That's all it is. Or Asia, same thing.
Now, they said that he discovered America. Okay. Now, if he discovered America, he was able to come over here and blend in and get along with the people. Because did we ever hear Christopher Columbus going into war for coming and a territory he unfamiliar with. I mean, he had to have some more people with him that looked just like him in order for him to be accepted onto this land where he ain't had to worry about going to war. Everybody else had to go to war, but he was able to be an explorer, a spy. His duty was to spy. That's what an explorer is. So he was working for someone. That was his job, right? He came over here and they have to go to war. Okay. And he was white because everybody else that was white that came had to go to war. That's why they only count 61 documented wars in the 1800s. 61. In the 1800s, they only count 61 documented wars in the 1800s in America. 61. Are you kidding me? 61? We could look up one state right now. Listen, and I hate to say it this way, but we could look at their crime rate and see that people be dying. You know what I mean? 61 documented wars in the 1800s. In 100. 200 years, like we just 61. Like you gonna act like people couldn't. Y'all act like y'all came over here and took over. See, they made y'all believe that these white folks was in control. Like these white folks had it locked down. They ain't had nothing locked down like how they tried to claim they did, yeah? Nothing. And at the same time, when we told you that the Native Americans came about in the 1850s, do you know that that's the same year that you were able to vote for a president? That's when voting started. Something ain't right with that, huh? I'm talking about in America, 1850s. That's when the voting started that you're doing right now, voting on the president. And that's the same time the Native Americans came. They're going to say the Chinese came a little bit before that. What I don't like is the fact that they tried to say that the Chinese did our railroads. Now, that's cap. That's the reason why they wanted you to believe, or not believe, rather, and not look at the Underground Railroads, because they're still there. Our ancestors built underground tunnels throughout the Americas. That's how they traveled. That's how they traveled. They traveled underground. Because think about that. If a territory was blocked off by ice, how else you gonna get through that ice? I can't hear you. Say it louder. How else you gonna get through that ice? You gonna fly above it when planes didn't exist? You just gonna ram it with the boat as if it can handle feet of ice. Nah, you gonna go underground. You gonna go underground. And that's why they telling you Atlantis is underground. Because a lot of landmass was lost over time because of accretion happened, which just simply means that water rised, but the land is still there. It's just underwater. But if it was here, it would be a part of our landmass. I'm talking about above water. But it is here. It's still connected. This whole entire landmass is still connected. It's called Gondwana. It wasn't Pangea. It was Gondwana. That's Gondwana. That's the landmass. It's still together. They trying to pretend like they're separate, but they're not. Not in the way they draw it out to be on the map. They're actually closer than you think. It's not like how it, okay, we're only separated by water, but that doesn't mean that the land is not connected up under it. And on the maps, these are imaginary lines of people claiming territories. Thank y'all, Levante and Blue. That's the correct spelling of Gondwana. That's it right there. Yeah, accretion. That's what that means. Water rising. Accretion. Now, they doing some man-made stuff in this territory. Hurricanes and all the rest of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, tornadoes. They doing a lot of manipulating the weather, and everybody know that. So it's making things worse. They gonna say it's for climate change, but nah, not really. It's for you to grow more, crops. In certain territories, they spraying chaff in the air. They doing a whole bunch of stuff because they feel as though, that's necessary. But how? When it wasn't there before? Our ancestors didn't have that, and they survived. You got to get back to the norm. Like,
Honor Asian, it's the same thing. All right? Or in Mexico, Latin America, it's the same thing. I lived in Mexico for 8 years. All right? So I've been all over the planet. We're all getting there. All right? But I've been on different continents. Okay? So shouts out to this brother. Like I said before, if you're original Scotsman, you are the original bloodline of the land. Do not let them tell you came from Africa. You turning that way, looking at another landmass. You come from right there. You come from the land you're standing on. It drives them insane. Some of us didn't make it. Jacobite Rebellion. And I will break that down on my page if you're unfamiliar with it. Those are all copper-toned people. All right? Some YTs did help us, but it was mostly copper-toned. All right? And we ended up getting deported to the Americas, Australia, the Caribbean, right? Some even to Africa, which is the worst out of all. That's the worst imprisonment.
It's called the Bloody Code. Remember when I told y'all about the Bloody Code and they were sentenced to transportation? They got sentenced, they got cast to America and like places like Alaska and Canada, Australia. This was happening.
Their documents are destroyed. So they don't even know that they go back to the British Isles or other parts of Europe. That's the kicker. So shouts out to your brother. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate seeing that video and all you guys sharing. I finally answered, all right, because you guys kept saying that I need to answer this guy.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to this brother. Yeah. Shout out to this brother, man. His name is Alaskan Whiskey, and I think that's on TikTok, right, y'all?
Fire.
Shout out to that brother. Yeah. All right, so let me see. Matter of fact, and remember when I said I wanted to go back to that point that this brother made, or I made probably we both made. I can't remember who made the point, but it was talking about the fact that a lot of this stuff, I think I made it. A lot of the stuff as far as inside of Eurasia, like the artifacts and stuff like that, you could find them in Eurasia. You could see that they were giving our people Okay, here we go. I want to play this video where some white folks talking about some things. Now, again, a disclaimer. I'm going to be playing videos, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I agree with what everybody says. Okay? But it's the principle. Let's go.
Clearly being received in some ceremonial fashion. Now, what else? This is a Timucua Indian too. This is one of the most famous. This is called the Moor with the Emerald Cluster. This was made in the late 1600s or 1700s. And it's depicting an Indian chief from Florida from 1562.
Stop.
It's up.
Spread wealth. Thank you for the super chat. You said I was us. If it was always us, then they came. Where do they come from, Dane? Are you telling me that there is a reason the sun harms them and not us? Who created them? Uh-oh. Woo!
It's up.
Our people created them, but they were our mixed breed. They're a third generation of a particular mix. Okay? A lot of their people came from the albinos, the Albions. Look up the landmass of Albion, albino. But they were a mixed breed. They came from the Norman Saxons as well, the French. A lot of them were writing Latin. Latin was a written language only. It was never spoken. Don't let them lie to you and say that English came from Latin. It can't, when Latin was never a spoken language. You gotta stop playing. French was a spoken language. Stop playing. It's real simple. And I went all the way to Latin 4 when I was in school. And I could tell you that Latin was never a spoken language. It was always a written language. So how can you get a written language and outcome a spoken language when you never heard the written language spoken out loud? Stop playing with me.
Set it on fire. Fire. Fire.
You're taking guesses.
63, 64. That's when these Indians were first encountered. Northeast Florida. Notice that. Gold teeth even. Come on. They was kings, people. We was kings. You know, Rick Ross was right when he said, I think it was him, said, you know, we've always liked the bling. We've always liked flashy, you know, stuff like that. That's in our DNA. We can't help it. You can't take that out of us.
The gold teeth, yeah, the jewelry, the gold. Our people had that. They didn't have that in Africa. They didn't have that in Africa. I'm not lying.
Fire. Fire.
We had that here. Stop playing with me. We had that here. We was the flashy ones. Stop playing. That's in our culture. They can't take that from us. That was us. I know some people gonna be mad that I said that, but that's us. That's us. You got hip hop from us. You over here trying to be like us. Stop playing. You want to adapt to be in the culture. I'm not trying to be funny. Because why else we want you, you know, like for you to listen. In order for you to fit in, you gonna do some stuff. Like some of y'all don't be the same. If you just be yourself, you still be, you know, you gonna be all right. That dude on TikTok, I think he's an African. I forgot his name, but the one that became very popular. And all he did was make that face and he's showing them like he swing his hands to the right, like go ahead. You know what I'm saying? He went viral for being himself. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's nothing wrong with you being who you are. But don't try to tell us who we are, okay? Like, if you want us to respect you, you got to respect us first. It don't come you and then me. It don't work like that. Don't do that. So if you're going to be a real person about it, you're going to follow by that code right there, and that's universal. Otherwise, what's the point? Get out my face. We ain't got nothing to say to each other. If you don't want it to be about your skin tone, then don't make it about anything else neither. Respect the ground you walking on. My ancestors fought and died. I gotta calm down. My ancestors fought and died for this land. Not yours. So you gotta respect the ground you walking on, Slim. I ain't even playing with you whole time. Like, it's not a game. It's not. I'm not playing with you, Slim. Don't do it. So don't, like, I remember one time, you know, some content creators be out there, be wanting to play with these foreigners and, you know, make content with them and shit like that. Like, I ain't got time for that. It's going to be some people that's, you know, that watch this that will fight if you be disrespectful and they know where they can come to you at. And that's not even a threat. That's a promise. We take this shit serious. So you can't disrespect us and get away with it. We know who we are. And just know, just because you being disrespectful online that you going to get away with it. Because keep in mind, karma is a good and bad thing. So if you putting out bad things, karma is going to return bad things to you. So if you off that negative energy based off of we claiming who we are because we know now and can't no foreigner tell us any different, no matter who you think you are, you ain't shit over here, Slim. Lock that shit up. Otherwise, we gonna kick you out. Respect the land you walking on. You got us to thank. You got us to thank. That's how it's got to be. Straight up.
You know? This could be good evidence for that. That is exactly what a black person would dress up like in ancient America. You know? Flavor Flav.
Didn't you say you...
And he just passing out gifts. And whole time they laughing. They laughing and giggling. They know. They know. They laughing and giggling. Like, psst. They think this shit funny. They think this shit cute. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. But that's the part that's funny. Come on, y'all. How the hell y'all gonna be beefing with y'all brothers and sisters in these streets? And we got more shit to worry about other than just territory over that. Like, we ain't even owning right now. We got to straighten that out. Territory we ain't even owning right now. We got to straighten that out. That got to get changed. Let me move on. Let me, oh yeah. Let me play this before I forget.
But you need to understand, you don't run America no more. Everyone feed it. All y'all people is all the same. That's what y'all teach in your house. But black people don't teach that hate in our house. You need to understand that, yeah. We don't teach hate in our house. Y'all teach hate in your house. Y'all narcissists. But you ain't gonna play that shit with me, yes. Because I'm not a slave. I never came from Africa. I'm an indigenous person to this country. You shut up. Let me tell you this.
Set it on fire.
She on the plane talking to white people. We going back. She ain't playing with these niggas.
All y'all people is all the same. That's what y'all teach in your house. But people don't teach that hate in our house. You need to understand that, yeah. We don't teach hate in our house. Y'all teach hate in your house. Y'all narcissists.
Wait, y'all couldn't hear it? It's on 100%. Hold on. I'll put the boost on. Hold up. Let me start from the top. Hold up.
But you need to understand, you don't run America no more. Everyone feed it. All y'all people is all the same. That's what y'all teach in your house. But black people don't teach that hate in our house. You need to understand that, yeah. We don't teach hate in our house. Y'all teach hate in your house. Y'all narcissists. But you ain't gonna play that shit with me, yes. Because I'm not a slave. I never came from Africa. I'm an indigenous person to this country. You shut up. Let me tell you instead of what your mama taught you. Let me tell you the truth. I'm the queen in this motherfucker. You understand me? You came from my color. Black make every color.
Ooh,
you understand?
Hold on. Hey, I wasn't ready for that. I ain't know she was gonna turn the corner on him. Look at that turn the corner. Hold on, go back. Look how she turned that corner. Shut that nigga up that was talking shit, walked over and said, hey, you see this hand, nigga? Let me talk to this bitch here.
I'm a slave. I never came from Africa. I'm an indigenous person to this country. You shut up. Let me tell you instead of what your mama taught you. Let me tell you the truth. I'm the queen in this motherfucker. You understand me? You came from my color. Black make every color. You understand me? Black make every. Your people are going extinct. And that's why you're mad.
That's true. They are dying. Oh my. Ooh, she ain't lying. And that's not hate. And that's not even hate. She ain't lying. They are dying faster than they are breeding. That can be looked up. No bull. This is real talk. They been the minority. I told y'all this,
You
bro.
can't procreate. That's what eugenics was about. That's what eugenics, the Darwin theory. Because y'all know the truth. I've been waiting to say this.
Talk to these. Oh my God, bruh. Hey. Hold on, bruh. I wasn't ready for the. Y'all see? Hey. She went ham, bruh.
Because y'all know the truth. I've been waiting to say this. I've been waiting to say this all my life. You're mad because only black people have the gene to procreate. And y'all know the truth. You come from me. A black person can make any color in Africa white with blue eyes and blonde hair just like you.
This is facts, y'all. I swear to God, this is facts.
Twin. One my color and one your color. It's called Esau and Jacob. You be quiet. You can take me to jail. You're mad. Go ahead. Now let me let my people know the truth on this motherfucker. Esau and Jacob, you mad because the promise is coming to my people and you think we stole the birthright? But it's, shut up, bitch. It's coming to us.
Halt! Woo! She ended that so mean, too. Hey, shout out to this sister. She was not playing, bruh. Now that's a warrior. That's a fucking warrior. In the fire. Standing up. Going ham. She give a and educating. And handling the trolls. Shut up, bitch. Shut the fuck. Now what I said is she went ham. What?
It's up.
Shout out to this sister, man. Shout out to this chiefess. Man. That's what I'm talking about. All right, hold up. Let me see. Do I want to play this one? Okay, nah. Let me play.
So, Ciara the singer is the first Black American to get citizenship in Benin. I hope I'm saying it right. Benin, the African country.
Benin.
And
shout out to Love Jones. Somebody
wrote in the comments like Ciara's not even African. So, story time. I met Ciara before, right? This was years ago. My ex-boyfriend was signed to Def Jam. He used to do rehearsals at this. I think this was Smashbox Studios, like somewhere near 34th Street, and they would do like showcases and stuff like that. And she was there with her. I think this is a makeup artist. The lady that worked for her that was sitting on Russell Wilson's lap, and it was like a big controversy or whatever. This was probably like a year or two ago. And she was so sweet. Like, Ciara was like, oh my God. And her makeup artist was asking me, like, what do you do? Who are you? Because I always dress, my style was always fly. Especially when I was in my, like, early 20s. I used to be dressing, I was the shit. And we was in an elevator. I remember, I don't know, we was coming from getting something to eat because they had, like, food on one floor. It kind of felt like craft services, but it was, like, food, like a table layout. Then we had to take the elevator down, and this is where, like, the studio was that they was, like, doing the showcase or whatever. So my ex-boyfriend, he was singing a couple songs, and a couple other artists were singing. Ciara was there, the makeup artist, and somebody else. I don't know if it was a producer, A&R. I'm not even sure. He was already signed at this point, so I don't know who the other people was. Like, I don't know. Like, anyways. So we're in the elevator, and she was asking my ex, because my ex is mixed. He's like, his mother's Puerto Rican, his father is Panamanian.
Sierra is my cousin. Her grandmother is my late grandfather's sister.
And she was like, oh, what are you mixed with or whatever? And he was telling her, and she was like, oh, yeah, I'm Indian. Sierra told me that she was Indian. Sierra said, I'm Indian. And y'all can guess which Indian she said. She said Cherokee, like we all do. Sierra said she was Indian.
When Oprah was finally in the first series, and we gave her DNA test, basically the next day she went to South Africa to announce that she was opening what became the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy. She was in an auditorium like 75,000 people or something, and she announced that she just had the test and that she was Zulu. So it broke on CNN. I was sitting in my living room minding my own business and said, Oprah Winfrey's a Zulu. So I called Rick Kittles, and I said, Rick, did you tell Oprah she was a Zulu? He goes, no, man, she made that up herself. It's a true story. It's a true story. I would lie to make you laugh, but I'm telling you a true story. So I said, Rick, are you in your lab? He said, yeah. I said, is anybody there? He said, no. I said, when the results come in, make her Zulu, man. You know? I said, you back there making it up anyway.
I had to let that play out. If y'all don't remember that was devastating. That was devastating to them right there. He just put them on the spot. Or them DNA tests, he put them on the spot. And he knew it too. He knew the cameras was rolling. He ain't care. Matter of fact, let's go to DNA.
Most African Americans believe that the majority of their DNA has roots in Africa, while the remaining has roots in Native American tribes and Europe. This is often backed by
Disclaimer. I don't know, but shout out to whoever's video this is that was sent to me. I don't know who did this. Shout out to this video. It sounds like an AI person talking though. But you know, just because I play in a video don't mean that I agree with everything that's being said. I'm gonna start from the top.
Well, most African Americans believe that the majority of their DNA has roots in Africa, while the remaining has roots in Native American tribes and Europe. This is often backed by genetic studies that reveal that African Americans have 73.2% African DNA, 24% European DNA, and 0.8% Native American DNA. This makes everyone believe that they are majorly descendants of black slaves. But what if we tell you that it's wrong? You have been intentionally told so. In fact, studies reveal that about 98% of African Americans have Native American roots. So, why were you lied to and what do they want to hide? Would have never heard that tens of millions of native black Americans, or rather Indians, used to live before Christopher Columbus came to America. However, immediately after 1492, all of them disappeared. But where did they all go? Well, many were shipped to Europe and Africa as Indian slaves. That's when we realized that the story we have been taught about the slave trade is actually backward.
They telling you, okay, they want you to believe that they were slaves going to these other places. But if they were working in other places, okay, you got to understand what slavery is. It's employment. If you don't know that by now, I done already proved it throughout the videos. Let's go backwards. Let's go back. But it's nothing but employment. Like you're going to go work. Like how else are you going to take care of yourself? You see what I'm saying? Like if you went past the bartering system and then you implemented the credit system, you know, by way of the promissory note, and then y'all went into a point where you didn't even use coins anymore. You went into paper and saying this paper has value. Like, you got to see what happened in order for you to be saying, all right, now it's time for me to start working. It's the same thing. Labor, working, employment, slavery. It's the same thing. You're doing it.
Instead of a massive influx of Africans to America, black Indians were
even indenture. Indenture is a contract. Yeah, that's right. You're doing a job. Your indenture is what? What's your contract? You got to fill it out. Like, how are you applying for the job?
Exported from America to Europe. From there, they were sent from Spain to Africa as commodities in exchange for African resources. These black Indians, now mistakenly identified as African Americans, were later shipped back to America and labeled as African slaves. This crucial part of our history is often neglected in school curriculums. Every European nation that colonized North America exploited Indian slaves for construction, plantations, and mining. These slaves were frequently sent to outposts.
Whoever made this funny. Y'all dirty for putting that picture right there.
In the Caribbean and Europe. Historical records, particularly those from South Carolina, the original English colony of Carolina established in 1670, provide the most authentic documentation of this practice. Between 1650 and 1730, it's estimated that at least 50,000 Indians, possibly more, were exported by the English to their Caribbean outposts. Many shipments were concealed to avoid paying government tariffs and taxes. Between 1670 and 1717, more Indians were exported than Africans were imported. Entire tribes in the southern coastal regions were decimated by slavery more than by disease or war.
Why that sound like something I wrote at the same time?
A law passed in 1704 conscripted Indian slaves to fight in colonial wars long before the American Revolution. Indians found themselves caught in the colonial powers' strategies for economic control. The fur trade in the Northeast, the English plantation system in the South, and the Spanish mission system in Florida all caused major disruptions to Indian communities. Displaced Indians from the fur trade in the North migrated south. Plantation owners armed them to hunt slaves living in Spanish mission communities. The French, English, and Spanish manipulated the slave trade to their advantage. They negotiated the freedom of slaves in exchange for peace, friendship, and military alliances.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, that sound like something I wrote. That sound like one of my older videos. But it was just somebody just, I don't know how to, I mean, it sounds very familiar. I would have to go back. But it sounds very familiar, especially that last part like that. I was like, huh? I remember saying that. Exactly like that. That sound like something I wrote for sure. Is AI still in copyright? I mean, you know, I'm gonna tell you right now, like, I want the message to get out, okay? I want the message to get out. But you know, the message is getting out, bro. I talked about that years ago. I used to be pissed off that people used to steal my stuff, man. I used to, but honestly, why not? Because that made more people, you know what I'm saying? See. It, you know, it made more people see it. That's how I had to look at it. Like, it's actually cool for real. I had to look at it differently. Because people got their own way of doing things, right? And it's not like, you know, they trying to make so much. Like, if it's something I need to say, hey, you selling, like, and you know what I'm saying? That's something different. Like, when it's something like they try to jump out there, you know, and I'm like, hey, where you at with it? All right, hold up. All right, yeah, let me get some of that. Because if they too far, yeah, you gonna have to, because everything copyrighted. But and people used to get mad because I used to get all of them. I'm not gonna lie, let me admit that. When they used to take my stuff, I used to send, you know, I used to hit them. I calmed down though, you know what I'm saying? I calmed down, but I used to hit them. Like, you can't do that. I still get like, if you try to do anything outside of YouTube, you know, that's another thing. I got you there too. But, you know, it's I like, let them, you know what I'm saying? As long as they respectful with it, let them do it. The reason why is because it's like, it's spreading the message. It's spreading the message. I'm telling you, that sounds just like my writing. It's one of my words. I mean, one of my videos for sure. At least that back part. But that part right there, I was like, what? I wrote that. I said that. But it's all good. And that's probably why they're using the AI voice on top of that. So, the message, like wherever that was posted. Hey, who said that? Levante, was that you? Who said that? But that's cool though, because think about it. If it got in the algorithm, then yeah, it's good. People, are you let me turn on? Nah. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm about to say, I knew it was when he told them reverse sounded like what you said, Dane. I mean, a lot of that back end part definitely sound familiar. I can say that. That's how I was like, huh? Like, I said that. I heard that. I was like, that's me. That's how I talk. And that's how I write. But, it's all good. What the message? Yeah. But they should have enough respect to state their sources and give you credit for your research. I agree. Oh, man, come on, y'all. All right, let me move to the next joke. I agree, though. You right, though. I agree. You know what I'm saying? But again, like, if it's to a point where I need to go hit them, then I'll hit them. You know what I'm saying? If it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but they ain't doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I see, it's cool. I did that before, though. The ones that tried, like, to go, nah. But they good. I agree, though. They should get credit. I agree. You right. All right, hold on. Let me move to the next joint. And which one was that? Hold up. Huh? I know I had. Let me see. Hold on. Wait, what is this? Hold on. Let me see what this is. This is Tesla shuts down a person's Cybertruck mid-highway for using the truck in a video.
Nigga, I'm in the middle of traffic, bro. Would you look at this shit, bro? Look, I can't. Everything is locked. Cybertruck deactivated. Look at this shit, bro. Cars all on the side of me, bro. What the fuck?
At least you pulled over.
Bro,
I thought you was in the middle of the street at first. The way that started, it looked like he was in the middle of the street.
Nigga, I'm in the middle of traffic, bro. Would you
but you in the middle of traffic. Look, the way that was angled, and then I saw the yellow line. A car went past him. I'm like, huh?
Shit, bro. Cars all on the side of me, bro. What the fuck?
But that is still petty, though, because he's still in the highway.
What the fuck? Bro. Like, what the fuck? I can't move the car, bro. I'm stranded as fuck. Hell no, bro.
I told y'all, I don't like. Oh, what's this?
Bruh. After my Cybertruck got deactivated, bro, they just stranded me. I go home and check the mail. Look what the fuck I got in the mail, bro. Read this shit, dog.
Hold on, let me tell y'all something. I've been told y'all that you don't have the rights to that. Any Tesla, okay, check this out. Any Tesla that you buy, you don't own it. Literally, you don't own it. Even if you paid for it all the way, you don't own it. That's in the contract. Elon owns the vehicle. Tesla owns the vehicle still. Even if you finish paying for it. You're just borrowing it. You're paying to borrow it. That's number one. Number two, you don't have control over it. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That's why I be laughing at y'all. Like, y'all be, I'm not trying to be funny here, but yeah, I know it's a lot of y'all that drive Teslas, and I'm like, you tripping. You tripping. You do one thing wrong. Like, and they recording. You tripping. You giving them too much power. I don't like that. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. I don't like that. I don't like the we ain't flying in space. Why you gotta? What is that? We ain't flying in space, bruh. Put an engine in that car.
Like, this gotta be some type of illegal, bro.
And then they was making fun of the Cybertruck. The Cybertruck looked like a refrigerator. It do look like the trucks that we used to draw when we just started drawing when we was young. We just started drawing. We definitely drawing what the Cybertruck looked like on paper. Y'all remember when we used to have the green paper? When we was that young? When the paper was green? Who remember that? It was literally green. I think it was 1 inch. Up, what was it? I forgot. I think it was the 1 inch rule. I forgot what the, y'all remember? Yeah. Nah, Tesla got a hold of your whole vehicle. Like, that's not cool. Y'all see the EV Mustang that got stuck in full throttle on the highway and crashed? No. The last time I heard something like that happen, wasn't that what, who was that? Was it Toyota? And a lot of people backed off from Toyota for a long time because it was a couple or something. It was a couple people in the car, and that car, they called the police and was on the phone with the operator. Y'all remember? And the car was just stuck. The gas pedal was just stuck. And they ended up dying, right? And they was flying for a minute. And I believe they said on the phone call, they was just trying to keep calm. That was kind of deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, this not trying to scare you. I'm just saying, you giving people too much control when you giving them, like, you making your whole car a computer. Your whole car. Not to say a computer is not in a gas-powered car, but that computer is just telling them the engine what to do. Your computer's telling the car what to do. Like, somebody can remotely control your vehicle. You are now their toy. No, bruh. No. Bruh. He in the highway, bruh. And they stopped him because, well, I'm not sure how true this part is as far as because they seized and desist over it being used in the video. Because I done seen plenty of people, I'm not gonna lie, I seen plenty of people use Cybertrucks in the video. So I don't know what that means. Like, I never seen somebody, getting stopped. And you must have did, I'm not gonna lie. Something is wrong with that, in my opinion. I don't think that Tesla would stop you for just using the Cybertruck in the video. Like, that's kind of defeating the purpose of selling the Cybertruck. Like, you would want people to put your Cybertruck in a video. So I don't know. That part right there is a little iffy to me. I don't know if that actually happened, like, as far as that is concerned. It was a music video. I mean, I don't know. I can't recall if it was a music video. Hold on. If it was a music video, I'm not gonna lie, I can't recall a music video with a Cybertruck. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think. With that, I mean, that is so stupid though. Like, why not promote if you want people to drive your truck? Why would you stop him? And then on top of that, the cease to desist. Like, you now can, I don't like that, bro. Regardless of what he did, this should not have happened. This should not have happened. Like, I don't understand, like, what else could have happened in order for, this to happen. In the middle of the road, though. Like, you actually see the junk moving and it's gone. Like, on the road, and you stop it. Rental car tells me to put my phone down so I can see the Cybertruck shutting down. Images. Okay, but they didn't ban Key Glock, though? Oh, okay, so something not right. I mean, is he... Wait, they said Detroit's Big Huey. Is he a rapper? Is he, like, somebody, they... it seemed like something else, bro, because, like, I can't think of an excuse as to the reason why this would get done when he on the highway. Like, it don't seem right to me. Like, it don't.
Nigga, I'm in the middle of traffic, bro. Would you look at this shit, bro? Look, I can't. Everything is locked.
Like, it's locked. Like, he can't. That's dangerous. And these cars passing him.
Shit, bro.
Like, why would Tesla do that? Like, okay, say, for example, he was short on payments or whatever, right? And they trying to, you know what I'm saying, confiscate. You going to keep that car where it's located, not wait till he get on the highway. I mean, that's dangerous. I'm not going to lie. What they just did was super. I wonder if he could sue over that. I don't think he can, actually. Because it's probably based in that contract. It's probably based in that contract. You can't do nothing to Tesla. Y'all got to look at them contracts.
Bro, I got to call Tesla, bro. What the fuck? Bro, like, what the fuck? I can't move the car, bro. I'm stranded as fuck. Hell no, bro.
Does it at least have hazard lights on?
After my Cybertruck got deactivated, bro, they just stranded me. I go home and check the mail. Look what the fuck I got in the mail, bro.
I'm just saying, I wish I could zoom in and see what that Jane's saying. Do anybody know what it was saying? Because I can't see what it's saying. And I don't think he say nothing.
Read this shit, dog.
Let me make sure.
Like, this gotta be some type of illegal, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Nah, he don't talk about it. Like, I don't know what that Jane's saying. I wish he would have, you know what I'm saying, at least mention what that was, because that's important. Because it's saying it's coming from at the bottom, hold on, let me move the mic. The bottom is say it's coming from the senior director and deputy general of Tesla. That's coming from corporate. And it's, somebody's name and Esquire beside it, so somebody is an attorney and the senior director and deputy general. Something happened. That should have been said. I'm not gonna lie. Like me, if it was something like this and I wasn't in the wrong, I'm gonna tell you what that Jones saying. I'm not gonna lie. That's I ain't gonna lie. That part right, you having a letter and not stating what this is important. All right, let me move on. Hold up.
It took me a while to figure it out. They call them hoteps. All of these brothers, these so-called conscious brothers, these so-called smart brothers, these revolutionary type brothers, and there's nothing wrong with having that mindset. None of them are working. Most of them, they are just all talk and no bark. And I'm starting to realize that. Or they're going to use their competence to try to bamboozle and manipulate the people. I have been friends with black men that are extremely revolutionary and they don't have a job and they don't plan on getting no business about their motherfucking self. That's one thing I'm noticing. So let me get this straight. You can sit here and you can preach about white supremacy. You can preach about systemic racism and you can preach about all of these things. But for some reason, you don't want to take the necessary steps there are to take to actually benefit the black community or actually put something back into your community or put something back into your fucking household. I'm going to tell y'all right now, okay? If you see a brother with them colors, and y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Oh, no. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Even the girls leaving y'all, huh? Y'all, Yeah, psych, let me stop. Oh. Damn. Umar, you messed it up. You messed it up for them Pan-Africans, Umar. You messed it up, bruh.
Oh.
I'm so glad I'm not y'all, bruh. I told y'all. I ain't never want to be them, bruh. Conscious community. Oh,
I will not be debating Dane Calloway.
Them red, black, and green colors. Or anything that resembles Pan-Africanism, run.
Woo!
I hate to say that because I...
Ooh, talk to him, sister. Talk to these niggas.
Set it on fire.
Talk to these niggas.
Fire.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. Them red, black, and green colors. Or anything that resembles Pan-Africanism, run. I hate to say that because I know all brothers are not like that. But they have a history of doing fuck shit. They have a history of really misleading the people because of their so-called quote-unquote knowledge. All of these brothers, most of these brothers, the majority of these brothers ain't got no motion in real life. I promise you that. I promise you that. They just all talk. They don't have any resources. They don't have any of that to elevate their own household, let alone the black community. All I'm saying is use your critical thinking skills and move on.
Y'all see how the prince got Pan-Africanism?
Set it on fire. Fire.
Oh, shit.
Dr. Umar got his big funky ass up on the internet begging for a coin again, child. Wasn't he just in South Africa popping it? Talking about how black Americans this and black Americans don't know who they are and they think they natives and Indians and blah, 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 and whoop-de-whoop. Dr. Umar, why you can't go back to the motherland and get a leg up over there? I'm sure they'll fly you out. Them your people, right? And you blaming the woman that's speaking out against you that actually worked for you for free, helped you with presentations, took care of your mom for free. You're blaming her? Sis just came out and said that she saw a folder that said that had an FBI emblem on it. Well, I don't know if I can say that on here, but I just did. So
shout out to Lil Joes. Oh man, hold on, go back.
Dr. Umar, why you can't go back to the motherland and get a leg up over there? I'm sure they'll fly you out. Them your people, right? And you blaming the woman that's speaking out against you that actually worked for you for free, helped you with presentations, took care of your mom for free. You're blaming her?
That's true, though.
Sis just came out and said that she saw a folder that said that had an FBI emblem on it. Well, I don't know if I can say that on here.
Look, didn't I tell y'all, though? But they only handling a part. They only handling a part of it. Not all of it. When they really finish with him, you're gonna really see you gonna see it. Why?
Just did. So it's given that you an agent. That's what she said. She said she got more receipts that she's dropping. She also said that you on something. I don't know. I just don't.
We know you know. I mean, he gonna say snow bunnies, right? Well, we know he like that snow, right?
I will not be debating Dane Calloway. I will not be debating Dane Calloway.
Come on,
no, and that's why you ain't got no cash, because you spending all of your money on some things that you probably shouldn't be spending your cash on. But something ain't right in the water, because you've been getting donations for like over 10 years. You still have not opened the school. Like, how you don't got no money? Like, what are you paying for? Is it child support? I don't know. I mean, it's not our...
No. Ooh. Wow. What do y'all think? Well, okay, where y'all think that money went, y'all? What y'all think?
Anyone? Class? Anyone?
All right, okay, all right, tell you what.
This is...
Hold on. Oh, okay. I mean, I'm just saying, right? It's quite obvious. I'm gonna give y'all 30 seconds.
Let that shit bang.
Oh, man. what it is like when I'm telling you, when they finish with him, watch. You gonna know for sure. You gonna know for sure. Watch.
But you brought it to the internet. You brought it to the internet asking for people to continue to do what they've been doing for the past decade plus, is to fund your life and your lifestyle. Like, don't you make money? You on social media. I'm sure your YouTube is monetized. I'm sure your TikTok is monetized. I'm sure your IG is monetized. Like, and you're a single man from what we know. Every time you deal with a woman, she's footing the bill. So where? Something is not. I don't. The curious case of the Prince of the Pookie of Pan-Africanism, Dr. Umar.
It's just different. So like, just like on a little family history type situation, like Jamal mom, great.
This is okay. So let me shout out. Matter of fact, shout out to Love Jones again. That was Love Jones right there. And let me shout this brother out right here. Because somebody else sent me some other videos that he did, and I didn't know. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know that he was doing that. Like what this brother did. I think it's a documentary or something like that. Basically, he investigated Umar Johnson, and he been doing it for a minute. And I just ran across his stuff because people sent me his stuff. But this was one time where he actually spoke to Umar's nephew, and Umar's nephew admitted his background.
Grandma, she came off a boat off of Cuba. Like, she's not a native from here at all. She came here when she's probably like 8 years old with a Jamaican, right? So like, she didn't have no sense of America whatsoever. And Jamal, he came after that with it's just different. So like, just like on a little family history type situation, like Jamal mom, my great grandma, she came off a boat off of Cuba. Like, she's not a native from here at all. She came here when she's probably like 8 years old with a Jamaican, right?
And that's his nephew. So and I'm gonna probably play a different video by this brother. I think, hold on, let me see. Hold on, let me make sure if I don't have that right now, real quick. Because he went in. He did a lot. He did some investigating and got to the point where he actually steps ahead of Umar Johnson. He see exactly what he's doing now. And I believe this is the brother that Umar Johnson was calling a name. He was saying pastor something. He was calling him a name because he was also the one that brought up Umar Johnson's last ex-girlfriend. And that's who Love Jones was talking about. Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, you're right. It did say his name, didn't it? Lennon Honor. Right here. So this is his YouTube channel. Yes, this is him, who I'm talking about right here. But yeah, he did a lot. And I just seen his videos, but he been out there for a minute doing stuff. Doing stuff for Umar. So Umar got a real problem with him. And he legit.
However, and Jamal, he came after that with it's just different. So like, just like on a little family history type situation, like Jamal mom, my great grandma, she came off a boat off of Cuba. Like, she's not a native from here at all. She came here when she's probably like 8 years old with a Jamaican, right? So like, she didn't have no sense of America whatsoever.
I'm gonna play. I can't find the other video. This brother Honor. I'm gonna try to find it. Because that was sent to me, but I believe, based off of what I've seen, it looks like he goes live and then he also uploads them, like basically what I'm doing too. Like you taking clips of it and uploading it so people can see it. But I'm gonna grab it because it was this one joke that I saw. He went all the way in. I'm talking about all the way in. I was like, uh-oh. He got some information where he was ahead of Umar Johnson. He called out that Umar Johnson was about to lose his Okay, wait a minute. Do y'all even know that? Do you know his little buildings that he allegedly got is being auctioned off by the state of Delaware? It's being auctioned off. Okay, so y'all do know that. All right. Yeah. But he was steps ahead. He called it out like, I want to say like 4 days before it happened. Something like that. But he got... He went in. And he basically interviewing people close to Umar. And like, seriously. So it's not like he doing this thing. Umar got a problem with him. Big time.
And Jamal, he came after that with.
So far, we raised $250,000.
I remember this. And this was back, this was like 15 years ago. And he said that they raised 250, right?
And Jamal, he came after that with.
So far, we raised $250,000.
$250,000.
I'm gracious, but I'm not.
Man, what? $250,000 didn't start the school? Man, you tripping. That's way too much money. Like, in my opinion, you could definitely start right there. You ain't about to get that type of loan from the bank right away. So if you got $250,000 in donations, you came up quick. You could get that done. That was 15 years ago. Come on, bro.
Content. Because I know y'all got a lot more to give me than some $250,000. When Darren Wilson killed Michael Brown, white folks gave him $300,000 in 3 weeks for his defense. And Dr. Umar Johnson is trying to build a state-of-the-art school for black boys that y'all all know I need. And after 6 months, I only got $250,000. Trifling ass black people.
Wow. How did he get away with that? The only way he could have got away with that, but y'all got to look at, who's helping him. Like, you got to really look at that. These type of agents exist. Like, you got to understand, this is not a game. These type of people exist. And they hiding up under sororities and fraternities. I'm trying to tell you, these people exist. They give them a little something, but if they can make a flip based off of what they telling them to do, they definitely going, come out good for themselves. If they do what they supposed to be doing. But they barely getting little to nothing. So in other words, they holding something against him. That either he got to work for them and do what they say do, or he gone. Watch.
I'm going to call it like I said.
It's going to come out.
And I don't care if you get offended. We can handle that outside. I'm getting sick and tired of getting texts on my cell phone for black folk talking about, I've donated, like they done. You gave me $25 damn and you think you free now. We got to raise $2 million. Your ass ain't done. I better get some more and some more and some more and some more until we hit the goal, brothers and sisters.
All right. Comedian. I'm trying to understand why people took him serious to begin with when he really never showed any work. Like he never even showed you like a lecture, for example. Something where he actually did some research. And he broke down his discoveries. And he explained it in detail and took questions at the end of the lesson. And gave people more information, especially if they had questions in between the segment. Nah. They booking him for speeches. They booking him for just talking. That's it. That's it. That's why he doesn't want to debate me. That's why. Because I don't just talk. I put it up. That's the problem. That's the difference between me and a lot of other people. They don't be putting in that work. They don't.
That's the way we're going to have to do this.
It's the same thing in America. You see your brothers
and the
and
reason
sisters-
I'm actually glad this is right here. The reason why I'm about to play this one is because not only was he, throwing shots over here, but he was throwing shots over there. And what I'm saying is that this is how you could tell this is your enemy. Right here, based off of what he's saying. It's straight up. Like, he not for your people at all. He makes it clear as day right here.
over there psychologically confused. Some of them, not most, but some.
Hold on, let me go back. Let me go.
Until we hit the goal, brothers and sisters. That's the way we're going to have to do this.
It's the same thing in America. You see your brothers and sisters over there psychologically confused. Some of them, not most, but some, talking about they Native Americans. I'm a Cherokee Indian. Your ass is crazy.
Number one, we never stated that we was Native Americans. Not one time. This is how you could tell this is your enemy. They always put it on that term when we never said that we was Native Americans. Never. Never. Not one time. We told you who we are. You don't get to determine who you think we trying to act like. Because that's not even realistic. We are not them. They are not us. We know when the Native Americans came and they're not indigenous to this land. That's why they're native. They're not original. How about that one? They're not original to this landmass.
They won't even let you on a damn Indian reservation.
Now that's cap.
I'm a Cherokee. I'm a Choctaw. I'm a Seminole. And all those Indian tribes used to own black slaves. Nigga, shut up.
What
the
that
same thing
mean? What that's supposed to mean? When somebody bring up the fact that the tribes own slaves, everybody owns slaves. What are you talking about? Like what? Yeah, I mean, y'all trying to make it seem like what? Like, well, I don't get that part. Like, why are y'all saying, like, okay, they own slaves. Everybody did, even your ancestors. Your ancestors had people working for them if they had businesses. They not about to be going out there to do the job that's major by themselves. If you taking care of a plantation, you ain't doing it by yourself. You either got family members, cousins, you know what I'm saying? Or you got employees, you got slaves, laborers. Just as an example, because when you start getting into the industrial system and our people needed to start owning factories in order to keep things afloat, because once the growing crops portion of the plantation ownership, for example, went into becoming mechanized, when they start going into machinery, yeah, they needed factories. And our people were involved in the 1700s. Our people were involved in that. That's how our people survived. Eventually, once it came to that point. But they mechanized our farms, right? Not their farms, our farms. And that's what Martin Luther King said. They mechanized our farms. And that's true. Our farms, not theirs. In order for the farms to become theirs, they did what? They raised the taxes. This is all documented. They made it to the point where the person couldn't afford it. Then they took it over and gave it to somebody. They allotted the land to somebody, allotted the land to somebody else. They're giving it to somebody else. And in most cases, it was foreigners. So just because you're stating that they own slaves, okay? Yes, hence the term sharecropping. Correct. Everybody had him, man. Slavery was big business. And it still is. It is business. It's business as usual. It didn't change.
America, you see your brothers and sisters over there psychologically confused. Some of them, not most, but
Wait,
some.
why that play
talking
again?
about they Native Americans. I'm a Cherokee Indian. Your ass is crazy.
No.
All those Indians.
All right, hold up. All right, so let me do these other ones real quick before I forget. I'm gonna just put this in here because I know people wanted me to talk about that, and I'm definitely gotta talk about this because this is where I'm from. I'm from DC, right? And y'all seen that Trump federalized DC police, and what I didn't like was the fact that didn't make any sense. Now, what he did was he set it up where he overrules the DC council and the mayor, right? And he has control over the DC police for 48 hours at any given time. They have to answer to him, right? Now, they're trying to make it seem as if this was happening because the crime rate is out of control. Now, I'm not going to cap. DC go ham, right? I'm just saying. DC go ham, but it's not to the point where it needs the police needs to be federalized when the military is already there. And actually the military presence in DC spiked up ever since Joe Biden got in office. They didn't want people closer to the White House because they didn't want to show that somebody was playing him. He wasn't a real person. He'd been dead for a long time. So they didn't want people to come closer. But I mean, real military presence too, not just boots on the ground. They got vehicles coming through DC. They got choppers in the sky all the way throughout the Potomac River. I mean, we could recall that it was a chopper that ran into a commercial plane and they collided and a lot of people died in the Potomac River. Okay? They were, crossing the same skies as a commercial plane trying to land. But that, and I pointed that out to let you know that that's, I'm not trying to say that accidents been happening, but them, as far as the military, night and day, it's 24/7. Night and day. It's just not no 8-hour shift. They there all the time. And their presence picked up. So, and another thing is multiple government agencies that are already there. They have a Capitol Police. They have, which, of course, handles the Capitol and that area. Okay. I'm talking about police officers, right? They have the National Guard. They also have, I'm just saying, it's multiple ones. They got even the or let me say it like this. They even have the Alphabet Boys, all those agencies, right? Okay. I'm just saying, these are multiple agencies that are already down there. You got Park Police. Okay. They down there. You got the Secret Service. I mean, there's a whole rack of police officers in DC. Why do you need to federalize DC police? That part right there just doesn't make sense. They even got Homeland Security. That's right. They got Homeland Security down there. Like, for real, big building. the Bowser couldn't handle it and called for help. I don't like her. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't like the mayor in DC. I don't like her. Like, I really don't. Like, I don't even think I don't understand how she became mayor. That's what I don't get. I really don't. I don't like the moves that she making. I don't like the, like, you know, it's silly. Okay. Now, when it comes to hear me out though. Hear me out. You talking about as far as, hold on, wait. Let me go back up. Let me say, hold on. Okay, wait. Let me go to that comment real quick. Let me bring that up before we continue to move on real quick, before I play this. Man, where'd that comment go? Hold on. I need it. Right here. Okay, she said, I personally think they need it. I'm in PG. Can't stand going into DC. It's too much right now. Now, for those that don't know what she mean by PG, that's in Maryland, right next to DC. That's basically an extended DC, but it's in PG County. But the reason why I'm bringing this up, sister, because I want to ask you, what are you referring to? What's too much right now? Not to put you on the spot. What's too much right now? You talking about the crime, or you talking about the presence of how many divisions are down there? Which one you talking about? Yeah, Prince George's County. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. That's an extended version of DC. Like, it's no matter, Branch Avenue, Pennsylvania Avenue, you pick it. Go ahead. You want to go Sula Parkway? You still DC. Like, you, in my opinion. You more DC than anybody else. Where she at? She ain't say. Wait. Yes, she did. Yeah, I'm by Eastover, 2 blocks over. Oh, the crime. Okay, yeah. Now, all right, if you talking about the crime, I understand what you're saying. I'm not gonna lie. I can't lie and say that the crime is not bad in DC. The crime is bad in DC, but I'm just saying it's so many different departments down there. Why? But this is what they saying. Okay, so this is Judge Janine. She going off about
I see too much violent crime being committed by young punks who think that they can get together in gangs and crews and beat the hell out of you or anyone else. They don't care where they are. They can be in DuPont Circle, but they know that we can't touch them. Why? Because the
DuPont
laws
Circle,
are weak.
not the DuPont.
I can't touch you.
Hold on. DuPont Circle ain't been the same ever since I was in high school. DuPont Circle ain't what DuPont Circle used to be. I agree with her on that note, because I didn't seen it change. I seen DC change, seen it. It just kept getting worse. But I'm still questioning that move, though, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still questioning. Let me tell you why. Hold on, matter of fact, let me play this video and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I still don't like this move. Because I'm gonna tell you why.
Where they are. They can be in DuPont Circle, but they know that we can't touch them. Why? Because the laws are weak. I can't touch you if you're 14, 15, 16, 17 years old and you have a gun. I convict someone of shooting another person with an illegal gun on a public bus in the chest. Intent to kill? I convict him. And you know what the judge gives him? Probation. Says you should go to college. Huh? We need to go after the DC Council.
No. Huh? That's not true. That's not true. If somebody, they locking them up. What you mean going to counseling? That's not true. I don't know about that one. Like, I don't like that. That's a straight lie. Like, they locking people up in DC if they get caught. If they get caught, they getting locked up. It ain't no, you going to counseling. That's a lie. That don't happen in DC. Nah. DC will lock you up for anything. Like, they drag shit along. Like, nah. What are you talking about? Going to counseling. It don't happen like that. You tripping.
And they're absurd.
That don't happen in DC, Maryland, or Virginia. That Where's she from? That don't even happen from, ain't she from New York? That don't even happen in New York. What are you talking about?
We need to get rid of this concept of, a no cash bail. We need to recognize that the people who matter are the law-abiding citizens. And it starts today. But it's not going to end today, because the president is going to do everything we need to do to make sure that these emboldened criminals understand we see you, we're watching you, and we're going to change the law to catch you. And my final note is this. These kids understand that the jurisdiction is through the state attorney general, Brian Schwab. I did a poster of the young man from Doge who was beaten bloody with a severe concussion, a broken nose. And then I did a poster of what happens to those kids, because I can't arrest them, I can't prosecute them. They go to family court, and they get to do yoga and arts and crafts. Enough. It changes.
What is she talking about? What is she talking about? What is she talking? Is she talking about the young kids? Uh-oh. She got to be, hold on, y'all. Hold on, wait. She may be right, y'all. Hold up, wait a minute. Let me think about this for a second. If she talking about the young kids, because you definitely not doing that in jail. If you locked up and you charged for an adult, that's not happening. This is the youth that they're talking about, y'all. Ain't no playing no yoga in jail. What are you talking about? I said playing. Ain't no doing yoga in jail. There ain't no, should I say, ain't no classes. Like, that's not, like, everybody, yeah, you just, okay, here's a class. Like, I'm not gonna lie, young. This is even more deeper now, because this is talking about the youth. Like, at least she directed it at the youth for sure. And damn, bruh. That's even worse. I'm not gonna lie. That's even worse. Like, I understand the youngins be wild and like they be going, yeah, I understand, but okay. Damn, this is crazy. I'm not gonna lie, because at the same time, I know where they coming from. But this is still not good. I'm not gonna lie, this is still not good at the same time. Like, I'm from DC. Like, I'm from DC, and this is, I understand. I'm not gonna lie and sit here and say that crime is not happening. It picked up. It's not nah. But that's still not good. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That's not good. Damn, bruh. They going directly at the youth. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a little upset about that, because damn, man, it's gonna be so, see, I'm thinking about the innocent people at the same time that's going to get caught up in this. Like, for example, matter of fact, prime example. Watch Slim right here, though.
Don't do me like that, bro. Come on, bro. Don't do me like that. You get some weed up off the ground, bro. Everybody saying that, bro. Don't do me like that, bro.
This DC.
And he's put up.
Now, hold on. Let me explain, because I don't want y'all to think that these niggas on the corner and they doing drugs. Hold on. Let me explain. DC, because I know how that can look. Let me clear that up, because I'm from DC. We be outside in DC. Like, when we got family there, we got friends there, ain't nobody really staying in the house. They gonna be outside. Let me just, you know what I'm saying? That don't necessarily mean that's a block. That's the hood. That's some thugs. It don't mean that. Like, we be outside. Okay? Now, it depends on where you at, but I'm gonna tell you right now, that right there is not the hood. That's not the hood. I mean, it's the hood. Hold on, let me correct that. It's the hood, but it's not this not the spot. This not the areas that you need to be. This ain't In other words, this is harassment. This is some DC police ain't got shit else to do. But now they got more excuse to be harassing niggas because that's what they famous for. DC police be famous for harassing niggas. Like, I know that for a fact. I'm from there. They straight up harass. Like, I didn't seen it. I remember I was walking with Tanisha. I was just going down the street and all of a sudden they hop out on me like, hey man, what's your name? Where you coming from? ID. Trying to lock me up. And I'm like, bruh. We call them jump outs. They just jump out a random car that don't even look like a police car. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what they do all the time. I know they do that in Baltimore. I know they do that in New York. You know what I'm saying? They be harassing the shit out of us. They do that in Chicago. Yeah, we calling them jump out boys. We be saying, hey, there they go. You know, I ain't trying to say too much. But we give a signal. We give calls when shit, like, you gotta be, you from the city, you gotta be on point. Even when you walking alone, and I was with Tanisha, I was with my girl at that time. She was my girl at that time. We walking down the street, coming from our house, and they just randomly jumped out on me. I'm like, but that always happen though. It don't be no every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Like and that's what I'm saying. Federalizing these niggas, they got even more excuse to harass your ass. I never like DC police. Ever. Ever. Fuck you mean? Like DC police, they fucked up for real, low key. Like they not even, they with crime where, nigga? Like I understand crime is there, but you right here and he ain't got no weapon on him. Why two niggas holding him? What the fuck? You see what I'm saying? Like you got look at that shit, bruh. And he trying to talk to the brother, and the brother right there standing like, come on, bro, you know better than that. You letting these folks get away with that bam ass shit. Like you tripping, Slim. He chilling. If he was really a threat, you would have had him back in the car by now. Why he just standing there? I know better than that.
My car's on though. Hold on, bro. Secure your vehicle. Man, listen, no, ain't none of that. My car's on. I was about to leave. He said I could leave. Fuck all that. Man, listen, all that secure vehicle shit, bro. Go ahead, bro. Y'all down like Dickie and bro. Listen, bro, that's my car, bro. What the fuck? Man, listen, the key is on me and I'm not giving it to y'all, bro. Don't text me, bro. Listen, my ID is on me. That's all he asked. Why am I arrested? Listen,
all this for one person? Come on, bro. That's what I'm saying. You pulling up for one, like you that deep, Nick. That's what I'm talking about. You that deep for one person. Man, I remember one time, man, I got so many times, bro. I feel his pain. I'm talking about this is what they do. And you federalize these niggas? Like you gotta be from DC to understand what the fuck I'm talking about. And you gotta be a nigga in order to, I mean, they don't be hopping out on them females like that, at least from where I haven't seen that on a regular basis as much as it be happening to us. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Like I know that, cause come on, you ain't even got shit on the car. You would have had something on top of the car if he had something on him. A pistol, something. You would have had some evidence. Now you going through the car. After you didn't lock them up and try and throw them back, you harassing niggas. You see what he did? He just leaning on the car. He ain't even going in there. He acted like this his car. Yeah, I got the door open. He ain't even going in there searching. They waiting for him to turn around so he can plant something in the car and then get him arrested. These the type niggas they be out there, bruh. I know that for a fact. These niggas should not be federalized. Now, I understand that crime be happening, but they be doing this bam ass shit right here. This is what I'm talking about. That's what I don't like. If anything, stop them from doing this shit.
Y'all niggas think y'all can do whatever y'all want. Y'all don't give a fuck about that badge. I'm a personal trainer.
Yeah,
nigga.
Hold on, Slim. No bullshit. Hold on, chill. No bullshit though, because I didn't. Let me chill. Because you gotta understand, because some of them people be thinking they getting over whole time. They be getting over, and whole time they be punks low key. Like they ain't nobody. You take that off for them, take that badge and put that gun down. You ain't shit, Slim. You ain't about to throw them hands. You doing all this bam ass shit for nothing. You still searching him. He arrested. You searched him as soon as you got him locked up. Put the handcuffs on him. Why you searching him again? Like he got something extra on him after he got cuffs on him. Everybody got to touch his pockets? That's harassment. And that's been happening for years in DC.
Man, listen, I'm not arrested though. I'm not going nowhere. Listen, I'm not going nowhere. Call your chief. I'm not going nowhere. It's my birthday and all that. Call your chief. Fuck all that. Take your badge off. I bet I do something to your ass. Take your badge off. Fuck, you gonna let them niggas do me like that, bro? You a brother, bro.
Right. But that always happen.
I don't want you touching me. You already got me.
Nah, cuz guy, no. That always happen. It don't, yeah, I see how he still, look, I like that though, but at the same time, he ain't gonna do nothing because he got so many whiteys around him.
I don't want you
Just
touching
know
me.
that.
You already got me. Fuck on. Yeah, how about that? Freedom of speech. Fuck on. Freedom of speech. How about that now?
Look at that. For one person. Come on, bruh.
Come on, man. Y'all hating like shit on me, man. I ain't from, man.
Nah. That's and they talking about clean up DC. Clean up what? You ain't getting nothing on him. If he was a criminal, he would be in the car, gone. That's what I don't like, because that's the bad side to that. That's the bad side to that I don't like. Like, they really need to crack down on shit like this. Like, this right here ain't doing nothing. This a waste of time. But, and that's real. Honestly, that happen all the time. This ain't Ned DC nigga. I'm telling about, I asked them. Ask anybody from DC. They gonna know that this happened to them. They gonna know that. This happened in Maryland too. This happened in Baltimore too. This happened in Virginia too. This happened man, I guess it's happening everywhere. But this is the part that I'm talking about, bruh. This is the part that I'm talking about that I don't like. Like, I mean, you federalizing these niggas, now you giving these niggas even more reason to be doing this shit. Trump cut people's food stamps off.
Trump has cut my food stamps from $2,800 down to $350.
Hold on.
Now,
huh? Food stamps $2,800 to $300. I ain't gonna lie, that's a lot. That's a big drop. But wait a minute, $2,800? Like, is that real? Is this facts? That's a lot. Like $2,800 in food stamps? What family you feeding? Damn. I mean, I would be complaining too. Shit. That motherfucker was $2,800 dropped down to $3,000? Like, what you talking about? What happened? Damn, he was getting $2,800 though.
Now, what am I supposed to do?
What?
So I literally just got this piece of mail today saying that due to new policy changes from the Trump administration, all this shit, whatever, that all these cuts and whatever he's doing over there, now they're telling me I have to go work. Now I have to go do all this. Well, I literally got 5 kids.
Oh,
okay?
That's why he getting that much. But damn, that's still a lot. Now, I'm not gonna lie, 2,800. I mean, is it a lot? I mean, I don't know. Like, it seemed like it is to me. Like, that's a lot. Is that regular, y'all? Were people with 5 kids getting 2,800? Is that real? Like, do the Nijis get that same thing? That's a lot. He not lying? Nah, wait, so the Niji don't get that? With 5 kids, they didn't get, where was it getting 2,800? You lying. Stop lying. Uh-oh. About 500 per person? Damn. Okay. About, oh, y'all saying had 3 children. Okay, somebody said that they had 3 children and barely got $626. What? I mean, damn. That caught me off guard. I was like, damn. I was like, huh? 2,800. Had plus kids. Okay, and then wow, so it would have been 1,470. It's like $245 per person. If he had 5 kids plus himself, it's not $245 times 6. It might be 2,800 now because food went up. Family of 6 is 1,400. So y'all think he lying? Or do y'all think he telling the truth? They cut the white lady food stamps from 10,000 to 5,000? Damn. He's scamming. He's telling the truth. I mean, damn, I'm not going to lie. From 2,800 to 300 is huge. That's a big cut. But didn't everybody get cut? Like, it's not just the white folks. Even though the majority of them, or should I say majority of foreigners, are on welfare. Oh, you saying that he capped? Never heard this before? You never heard it before? That's a lot.
I'm trying to sit here and spend time with them. I'm not trying to go work, 50, 60 hours a week so I can pay bills.
No, he trolling. No way. No. He trolling. Is this real? No way. He not about to say that.
Now they're telling me I have to go work. Now I have to go do all this. Well, I literally got 5 kids. Okay. I'm trying to sit here and spend time with them. I'm not trying to go work, 50, 60 hours a week so I can pay bills.
What?
I just really don't understand. I voted for him this last election because I thought what he had good was going on, but now all of a sudden, all this policy stuff's coming out, and now he's making all these cuts, and now he doesn't want to help the less fortunate people no more. I'm done with that guy. I'm done with that guy.
He trolling. He trolling.
If he gets voted in again, I'm leaving this country because I'm not dealing with this no more.
He trolling.
This is all shit.
Yeah, I mean, because if I would be pissed if that happened. He ain't pissed off. He just he putting that on. That's a front. This ain't real. This ain't real. Now I heard that Trump did cut. So hold on. Let me say this. The food stamp part is real. Okay, I'm not saying that, but this guy capping. There ain't no way in the world, bro. Ain't no way. Like, you would fix your mouth to say that online. Like, that's extremely embarrassing to say. You're not willing to work to take care of yourself. He trolling. It's not fake. He's not capping. They don't hide it. They don't care. 2 years for Section 8. I mean, look. Don't make me take a poll. Okay, I'm going to take a poll. Why not? Okay. Do you believe him? Right? And I'm gonna put yes or no. And I'm gonna close the poll fast. I ain't gonna keep this poll up long. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do the 30 seconds on my mark. I'm gonna do 30 seconds. I'm gonna close this poll out at the 30 seconds. All right, it's up now. Y'all can revote.
Yeah,
y'all can vote now. Here we go.
Bang.
Yeah. So Noah's winning right now. Y'all don't believe him? Come on, vote. Let me see. Noah's winning. All right, I'm about to stop it. The time's up. All right, I'm ending the poll. So 57% said no, 42% said yes. That's not even close. That's kind of a big difference. All right, hold up. Let me see. Mahogany Trucks, thank you for the super chat. Let me go to that page real quick and drop a bomb. You said St. Patrick's Day, the driving out of the snakes. I'll be quiet. Okay, I missed that because you said that earlier. Tegan, thank you for the membership. Thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that. And then Mahogany Trucks, thank you again. I appreciate that. Came in and said last time I checked, the Western Bank of Africa was populated by Americans in 2 different waves. And you said that a while ago too, and I apologize. Mr. Black, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that. Mystic Drips, been a member for 10 months in a row. Let's get it. She said OCO fam, OCO, how you? Miss Hurst came through with the super chat. Fire. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being you too. I appreciate that, Miss Hurst. All right, now I'm about to play this jump where they saying that Ukraine. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see what this is. Reportedly offering $100 billion weapons deal to President Trump to win security guarantee.
We're going to make a quick turn to Eamon Javers. We understand he has some breaking news on Ukraine. Eamon, what do you know?
Courtney, there's a new report from the FT just in the past couple of moments, and they're reporting that the Ukrainian side is prepared now to offer $100 billion in purchases of U.S. weapon systems in order to get a deal with the United States for security guarantees in Ukraine. No word.
I'm trying to understand. That's a lot of money. Is that a loan? Like that can't be just here. Here's $100 billion. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
Report from the FT on what specific weapon systems those would be. The FT suggesting that money would be financed by the European side, and this might appeal to President Trump's deal-making sensibility in his effort to improve the economic situation for American manufacturers. We're also learning that the meeting has broken up, but the president has invited the European leaders into the Oval Office and is giving them a tour. This is described as sort of a more informal, social piece of the series of events that we've had today. But of course, if you're in the Oval Office with the President of the United States, it's never fully informal, and it's never.
I'm not gonna lie. Wouldn't that piss off Putin? If Trump actually accept that deal and say, "Here, Ukraine," that would piss off Putin. I'm not gonna lie. That would, man. What if I was Putin? I'd be mad. Like, oh yeah. But I mean, at the same time, Trump a businessman, and he got offered $100 billion, and I'm sure that's not all up front. I'm just sure like they trying to put themselves in debt with them. Like in other words, this gonna be like payment over time, probably decades. Because they don't got no 100 billion. Because as much as what Trump, I mean, hold on, wait a minute. What? Wait a minute, I just thought about this. Biden gave Ukraine billions already in weaponry. What happened? Wait a minute. And now he offering another 100 billion for more? Wait a minute. I just thought about that. Yeah. I wish I could get the final number. Y'all, you said he gave 300 billion? I wish I had the total. It was definitely in the billions. You may be right though. Yeah, it was definitely over 100 billion. Biden gave way more than over 100 billion to Ukraine. What do they need? Like, what else? Like, what do you look like? Huh? You're not already prepared? What are you looking for? You got that many troops? Or you about to pull out some robots this time? That's a lot of money again.
Clearly an ongoing conversation that's happening, although the formal part of that
meeting...
Trump,
hey man, ain't y'all tired of this? Y'all don't want to get $1? Because you know that's not going back to no communities.
Has now broken up, Courtney.
That's not going back to no communities. None. That's messed up.
You know the former NBA player Dwayne Wade?
Correct. Oh, he's messed up.
Yeah, messed up. His son, Zion, is now called Zaya. Okay, this is how these black folk do, not just black people, but people within the system. To go to the next level, you have to sacrifice something. This goes back thousands of years during the time of the pharaohs. With Kobe Bryant, he was snuffed out because
he was coming after the pharmaceutical industry.
The entire pharmaceutical industrial complex, beginning with the NSA Therapeutic Corporation, Acorn, and high-tech pharmaceuticals, which are owned.
He was about to take them to court.
Which are owned by the Novartis AG Group out of Basel, Switzerland, who is heavily involved in the design of COVID-19. Okay. And I'm
going to be honest with you. People don't get it, but Kobe had the money. You know what I'm saying? Kobe had the money to take these giants to court. Like, the pharmaceutical people that he was taking to court. And he had, he had things working in his favor.
You look at the Novartis AG Group, who does the drug testing for the NBA, and Kobe was set to receive 2 checks for $1 billion each. Why? President Xi Jinping wanted Kobe Bryant to create a rival league that will rival the NBA. Adam Silver didn't want that. Mohammed bin Salman of Saudi Arabia.
MBS.
That's it. Good friend of Kobe Bryant wanted to present Kobe with $1 billion check to create a rival NBA league against Adam Silver. Adam Silver didn't want that.
It's deeper than Adam Silver.
Shortly before Kobe's death was the passing, of the former commissioner of the NBA, David Stern, who was set to testify before Congress regarding the NBA's connection to organized crime and gambling. In order to be a part of the boule, you have to be chosen. Even Kamala Harris is a boule. Barack Obama, Eric Holder,
Okay. Man. I don't like it when people do that, but I get what they saying, but boule is strictly Sigma Pi Phi. Not all of them are Sigma Pi Phi. I get what they saying, but you got to say that they're part of secret societies. Not all of them are a part of Sigma Pi Phi. You know what I'm saying? No, LeBron is boule. He got the logo on his, what is it, on his back or his chest? One or the other. He is boule. But no, I wish that could be corrected right there. That's the only thing.
Of any political or financial power are members of the Boule Secret Society. So LeBron James is a Prince Hall Mason, has that Boule tattoo on his chest. It's amazing, I know. And so, and I'm going to say this. When LeBron retires, his number would be called 2, okay? This is how the deep state, he thinks that he's just going to retire, and that's why he doesn't want to retire. And so that tattoo is tattooed on LeBron's chest.
This wasn't the, I'm going to make sure, okay, that was the wrong one. So I'm going to make sure I grab this full video. I don't have that. Damn, I thought I did. I thought I had the full video because I wanted to go over a couple things that he brought up. But you said, huh? Oh, yeah, because he said that was amazing, that he had that tattoo on his chest. Yeah, that was a little, yeah. You watched, yeah, I had it. I thought I did because I wanted to play that because he actually said something that I wanted y'all to hear. Man. And hold on, let me see if I can find that real quick because I actually wanted to end the stream with that. That kind of pissed me off. But anyway, but yeah, he did, you know. But anyway, when it comes to the Boule part, the fact that Kobe went against the grain and tried to, you know, work outside of that to become his own boss, he was definitely about to take it up multiple different notches. And he was also coming at the same time, simultaneously, he was coming at the pharmaceutical industry. One of the companies was using his Black Mamba tag, and he got him for that. You know what I'm saying? And he was about to put them on blast and saying that they a scam and, you know, and saying that they basically selling candy back to people. But unfortunately, they took him out and his daughter. May Kobe rest in peace. May Kobe rest in peace. Like, you know, that and his daughter and everybody else that was on that plane, matter of fact, because that was like, that was uncalled for. But, you know, that's what they do stuff like that. They do stuff like that. And that was just super unfortunate because when that happened, I immediately jumped on that. Not only because I'm a big ass Kobe fan, but it was more so like, hell nah. Like, you know, that was set up. He always catch planes. He don't even drive the car. He always fly where he need to go. And, you know, I knew something was up. And I jumped on that right away. Like, that's wrong. Let me see who did that. And then they try to hurry up and get rid of them websites. You gotta be a member of the channel and go back on my member videos. Go back to my Kobe one and watch that one. The junk's super old because it happened when, you know, when that situation happened. But go back and look what I showed you about that chopper. And how they tried to erase that, but I caught everything before they did. Yeah. Wait, what would I say? What you mean? I said the plane, right? What you talking about? Hold on. Right, Black Mamba came, yeah. 19 snake venom. I was a part of the 13%. Not sure what happened. I mean, you probably still in there. Like, you probably gotta open up the entire 13% community server by going all the way up to the top of the 13% community server and go to where it says channels and roles and finish out that questionnaire. It's like 3 or 4 things. And the entire server opens up for you. We did that for security purposes. But you still in there. You don't think you got kicked. Just open it all the way up. And you'll see everybody in there. And everything else that's in there. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, shout out to Steve Coakley. He had the whole list. Yeah, Steve Coakley was on it. Ben, I mean, that's why they, you know. That's not the white guy was not lying. We were getting 2,400. Now we getting 1,900. We took a poll. I'ma just leave it at that. You know. I'ma just leave it at that. Now Vanessa Bryant is pregnant by a young baller? No. No way. I mean, but hold on. Let me say something. You know she wasn't going. I'm not gonna lie. You just know she wasn't gonna be alone her whole life. She young. She gonna remarry. You know what I'm saying? She gonna keep going. And I'm gonna be honest with you. She gonna let her. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Let her do her. I mean, people do that all the time. You know, when their significant other passed, some time went on. They grew, and they still got love for that person, you know what I mean? She loved Kobe, don't get it twisted, but, and her daughter, yeah, and her daughter, she ain't, even if she do more, y'all saying that she not pregnant? Yeah, I don't know any of that. I don't follow her, but I'm just saying, even if she do move on, it's like, what you expect, You wouldn't want her to, live the rest of her life miserably. You would want her to be happy. You would want everybody to be happy. You know what I mean? You would want people to be happy, especially after something like that. You know what I mean? It's kind of major. In the state informed to see what's up. Huh? I seen after that incident with the white girl. Nah, I can't say that. I understand what you're saying, but I can't really say that. And then he bought her a $4 million ring to make it up. He made a mistake. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you don't know. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. We weren't there. You know what I'm saying? We weren't there. We weren't there to know that. You know what I'm saying? To say, all right, yeah, she ain't love him. We just assuming. We wasn't there on them, with them on a daily basis. Life don't stop. Gotta find what makes you happy. Yeah. Whatever brings you peace. Whatever is your peace and whatever brings you peace. Continue to give you, The rumor doesn't stop until we stop it. It needs us to keep it or stop it. Yeah, she not, of course they going, see, keep in mind, they going to put her business on blast because of who she is. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter if she trying to keep it hush. The fact that she moved on, they going to make that news. You know what I'm saying? Oh, such and such was out with, you know what I'm saying? They going with Vanessa, and they going to hype that up. Vanessa Bryant is seen, they're going to do that. Y'all would say the same thing about me. Dane Calloway was caught with Megan Good at the movie theater. Yeah, I was way in the back with Megan Good, too. No disrespect. No disrespect. I'm just saying. They would do stuff like that. Kobe should have had security around him. I'm not talking about regular security. It's not, because what could he, you know what I'm saying? It's not, first of all, you in a little, you're not in a regular commercial plane. You in a private little chopper, little helicopter. It's not, there was no point for him. He, look at who he went with. If I'm not mistaken, they were going to a game. If I'm not mistaken. And it was him, his daughter, and maybe 2 to 3 other people and the pilot. And I forgot the 2 other people. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I forgot who they were. But it was something dealing with sports, so I could be wrong. It was something like that. But it was no need for him to have a weapon right then and there. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't, it if anything, they could have, silently took him down. You know what I'm saying? They could have did, like, and which I think happened is that they took him down. It's not the fact that, the pilot was on a one-off mission. Not that. They took them down. Kobe was going up against some very powerful people. Absolutely, he was. And he really was about to put them on blast. Because if I'm not mistaken, he was about to go to court either 2 days after that or 3 days after that. But I even say it in the videos. Like, I forgot like how it went, but it wasn't that long. He was about to go to court again. And yeah. That happened either 2 or 3 days, before. Or that was scheduled 2 or 3 days before the accident happened, or whatever you want to call it, dude. You know what it is. Rest in peace to Kobe. We know what it is. Rest in peace to Gigi. And rest in peace to everybody that was on that joint. Now, I understand that, sometimes people be trying to get rid of themselves, to hide themselves from certain entities and, things that could be harmful for me. I understand. But this one ain't that. When it come to Kobe, that was real. They actually took him out. That was real. They're not going, of course, they're not going to tell you like that. But yeah, they took him out. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Liked him as a ball player, and he drive to success, but he was an ice sometimes, or overall, I think they took him out. Yeah, I mean, people gonna have their opinions about him, Of course, I was a fan of his game. I mean, of his game, and how he did it. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I watched him when he was young. I was young, but as far as his personal life and stuff like that, like what I took serious or what I took from it was basically how he motivated himself and kept striving for greatness and, and being a champion. But when it came to the other stuff, like I paid attention to it, but it wasn't like, damn, you know what I'm saying? But he did make a mistake, and that one part, like I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting that, but I'm glad they, worked that out. But I just don't like how that happened. I mean, he ain't deserve to die because of, what he did in his life. He ain't do nothing wrong. All he did was stand up for himself, stand up for what he believed in. You know what I mean? And then stood up for his people and said, all right, enough of this. Let's take it to court. Let's show and prove and show the world what the truth is about. And then they decide to take him out. Like, don't nobody deserve that. Don't nobody deserve that. Oh, idiot, a black woman told me from her own mouth that her great grandmother was 100%. 80-year-old. That's actually pretty good. Like in Navajo. But 80 years old, that's very good, man. Bless her heart, man. Matter of fact, let me drop a bomb for her, man. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and then, you got the rituals involved as well. Like, the numbers don't lie on that note because they play according to the numbers. They going by the numbers as their code. They talk to you in the numbers. They telling you what they're going to do. So who, when, what, where. They not trying to hide nothing. Chadwick was linking up on some business deals together before his untimely death. Then Chadwick passed away not long after. Yeah. His was abrupt too. Matter of fact, now that we on that topic, do I have that? I'm actually, because you know who else was abrupt too? Hold on, let me see if I can find that real quick. Oh, I don't have this. I didn't. Okay. But basically, Eddie Griffin was speaking about Malcolm Jamal Warner's death. Hold on. Let me turn this up because I can't really hear it. Hold up. Let me put the boost on.
But both his sons are dead. Cosby did something dirty. His real son dead, nigga, and his TV son dead. That's the connection, nigga. I don't believe that man drowned. I don't. But it ain't gonna fix shit. But nigga, it's too suspicious. They had too many different stories. Him and his daughter was out there swimming early in the morning. How come the mama wasn't there? That's number one. Number two, just so happens to be a doctor on the beach. And then his daughter was not in the water. She was on the beach watching her father swim. Somebody make it make sense to me. Now, nigga, I'm trying to figure out what they want to kill him for. He's the nicest motherfucker on earth.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a very good question. Why would they want to take him out? Like, why did they want to take out that brother, Malcolm Jamal Warner? I don't know. But that's true. In his first, did y'all hear that? In his first part of the statement, he was talking about how Bill Cosby really lost two sons, the one on his show and one in real life. Now, y'all know I did a documentary on Bill Cosby's situation, and I did bring up in detail about why they set his son up. And they, to get rid of him. And they did that because Bill Cosby was about to buy, who was it, NBC? He was about to go in with two other Jews, and he was about to go get that network. And that network was up for sale. Actually, it wasn't. It wasn't up for sale. But at that time, the overseer or the owner of that particular company at that time, I can't remember his name right off. Hold on, I'm trying to think. Was like willing to give them an ear because they were offering a good price. Yeah. For NBC. Yeah, Cosby's son on that highway. Yeah, they took him out right on the highway. On camera. Everything is on camera, by the way. Everything is on camera. Look. Have you ever if y'all seen my doc on Bill Cosby, how come ain't there one of y'all asked me how I got that footage? Look, how come I got that footage? How come y'all ain't asked me that? How I get that footage? Footage, not video. I mean, not picture. Footage. I showed you footage of them on the highway. I showed you who the girl was, the son, and who she ran off with from, the Russian mafia. That was a setup the whole way. Number one, his Mercedes-Benz got run flat tires. He had that technology then. He gave that type of Benz to his son. Ain't no pulling over for no flat tire in that Benz, bro. That's number one. Mercedes had that technology back then. And that junk was clean, too. OCO Love Jones, I was just playing a few of your videos earlier. Yeah, that's the number one fact. Those tires will run flat tires. You will be able to go where you need to go with the tires having low pressure in them. Not a problem. Yeah, they would, if I'm not mistaken, Mercedes was the first ones with that technology. Yeah, she was the bait. The girl that was with him was the bait, for sure. And, white girl. You know what I'm saying? And, that got him hemmed up. But that was a shot to Bill Cosby. And then they wasn't finished with him. You seen what they did to him. Holding him up for some bull. Yeah. I forgot the other car, Levante. It was Mercedes-Benz and another. And I don't think it was BMW. It was Benz and somebody, but I think Benz was the first one with that technology. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Bill Cosby do be speaking. I remember I used a couple of his older videos in some of my videos on YouTube. As far as Bill Cosby is concerned, yeah, for sure. And on top of that, I like the show. You know, on top of that, like, you know, the approach on trying to show what life is like with a middle-class family. Same thing with Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Even when we moving on up to the east side, we finally got a piece of the pie. They was trying to show you that our people had money. Like, I ain't like how to, you know, they was trying to make it seem like our people was poor and all that, like, all the time. And it wasn't the case, you know what I'm saying? Like, in the older, you know, films, they tried to say, like, everybody was poor, like, they was, nah, but I like the fact that it was shows out there that was actually reflecting that our people had money too. Bill was talking about us being indigenous back in the day too. I believe so, you know, because I do recall me using a couple of his older videos where he was giving like he was narrating, you know, and I do recall that. I just can't remember what it was about exactly because it's been so long. But that could be, you know, that could be the case, most likely. Yeah, good times. Yeah, you see how, you know, look. I just wish things would have been like we would have had, and that's another thing. That's another reason why, you know, Bill Cosby wanted his own network. Because it would have showed us. Like that was his ultimate goal anyway. And he had some Jews to back him up with some money. Yeah, he was giving breadcrumbs. They hating on us, calling us ignorant. Man, listen. Nah, we indigenous. Yeah, I get you. We ain't ignorant. We ain't indignant. Well, when I grew up, everything was black. Hold on. In my hood, all my friends' parents also owned, and my dad had an electric repair shop. I could believe that. Yet we need to unite as a people. We do, but we just need to unite with the right people. It can't be everybody. It can't be everybody. I'm ready for Dane Calloway Productions. You giving them a sneak peek, huh?
This other side show ain't for the weak. Yeah, I'm steady at the top ever since I learned the method. Okay. Blessed with my successes and the fact that I've been trapping. Yeah. She wanna pick my brain as we sitting having breakfast. Yeah. She glad she in my presence. My essence sends a message. Bossed up in this main, doing what I gotta do. I don't do no tripping cause I know how to tie a shoe. Made you get the point at the first time I spotted you. If I don't value you, there's no point that I gotta prove. Your cover can cover your cold feet. You itching right there where your nose bleed. Body language saying hold me. It's going down like a slow lead. You catch your feelings, don't control me. I next a bitch if it ain't fold me. You just set them some shit with your own feet. You the next generation of police. Hot box, fuck what you top box. I'ma keep on ballin' like it's 20 seconds on the shot clock. Kobe, Southside, we outside.
Alright. Yeah, we still gonna do it. We still gonna do it. I appreciate that, y'all. Matter of fact, let me end it like that. All right, I'm one more. One more.
Stop ever since I learned the method. Blessed with my successes and the fact that I've been trapping. She wanna pick my brain as we sit and having breakfast. She glad she in my presence. My essence is a message. Bossed up in this main, doing what I gotta do. I don't do no tripping cause I know how to tie a shoe. Made you get the point at the first time I spotted you. If I don't value you, there's no point that I gotta prove. Your cover can't cover your cold feet. You itching right there where your nose bleed. Body language saying hold me. It's going down like a slow lead. You catch your feelings, don't control me. I next a bitch if it ain't fold me. You just set them some shit with your own feet. You the next generation of police. Hot box, fuck what you top box. I'ma keep on ballin' like it's 20 seconds on the shot clock. Kobe, Southside, we outside, it's about time.
All right. Okay. So we gonna pop back up here soon. I got a couple of things I got to do, but I am gonna be chopping these up for those of you that didn't get a chance to see the ones that was happening earlier. We've been cranking. I appreciate that. Y'all always, popping up and showing love, even when I'm late with it. I apologize. That's about to change. It's definitely gonna be earlier than that. I promise you that. I promised people the books, some more audio books as well. All of that is coming. I just had to make some adjustments, and I'm going to let y'all know about that soon. Hey, look, for some of y'all out there, it's 444, state in the atmosphere, some positive energy right now, some positive things that you want to happen. State out positive affirmations that you want to happen. A lot of y'all survived the moon. A lot of y'all survived. Did y'all survive the season? Like, as long as you putting that great energy out there to that atmosphere, it's going to come right back to you. Even more. Times 10, times 20. We can't even put a number on it. As long as you staying positive and you doing what you got to do, everything else is going to follow suit for you. Straight up. It ain't no reason for you to worry about nothing when everything is being taken care of, as long as you take care of yourself first and you put yourself first. You make sure you got that peace, man. Don't let nobody take that from you. Don't let that nobody, come on, man. You came into this world by yourself. You gonna leave by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody take anything from you that you know that is owed to you. Our people be needing healing, man. Our people went through so much this entire time. We have been lied to about who we are. And now we got the opportunity to take back what's ours, because the majority of our people are becoming aware of who they are. I'm so proud and thankful and excited that this is happening. I appreciate that, y'all. I love y'all. Let me not, because I could go on about that. That's just, man, I'm thankful. I'm going to continue to do this, and I'm going to ramp this up soon once I get my situation situated. We're going to ramp it up again. And I may even share that with y'all for real. Probably just a little bit of it. It's, it is what it is. It's life. You know what I mean? Some of y'all may know it, some of y'all may not. But it is what it is. JJ, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that.
It's up.
Woods R. Russ, been a member for 25 months in a row. You said thank you, Dane. Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Fire.
Y'all take care. I love y'all. Wado. I'm just here to make you think.